Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Papihos, episode 32. Jesus Christ, what was that?
Who was that?
It's okay. Whatever happened, happened. Hello, and welcome to Papihos, episode 32. Welcome back with Alpha, Suzanne, James, and Helminia.
Sip JC.
Sip. We're here to welcome you back to our wonderful D&D game. First of all, just a general thank you to everyone who tunes into these streams. We have a lot of fun doing it, and it's always wonderful. And again, as well, thank you to these four for dealing with everything I put out each week. There's your 4 drinks, Alpha. Turn off some rewards. It's a lot of water. I have plenty of water.
You feel hydrated.
Plenty of water.
Water.
Plenty of water. I am getting reminded that I need to turn off some rewards. Such as those. Because we can't do them all right now. And that's alright. But besides that, we're here to have a good time, and besides that, to make sure everyone knows, you are welcome to join the Discord server listed below and submit art to be featured on the stream. We've had one wonderful piece of art submitted by King Rowboat put onto the stream, and they're amazing. The art was awesome, as well as you'll get notified for when these streams go live all of the time. Also, feel free to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel JC Space Productions, because I don't have shades for some reason.
God,
there we
give
go.
me my points back.
Because we have all the VODs up to episode 26, which got released. They're a little bit behind, but there's a lot to watch, and make sure that no matter what time you get introduced to these streams, you can always go back and see it from our humble beginnings where we just started, and I had no idea what I was doing, and these guys had even less. But now we have things such as you can see the characters, you can see their stats, and we've done good. I feel like we've done good. Now, without further ado, let's jump into a little bit of a recap. Where we last left off on Papihos, the 4 of you received information that Terra and her associate Soa were taken. Through a sending spell sent by Rem, you determined that they were snatched on the woods north, and taken inside the woods north of Lichton. Trying to follow them best you can, you guys barely managed to park next to the woods and bed down for the night before you were all attacked and barely overwhelmed by the Black Knights, who took and put you in a seemingly non-makeshift and very organized prison. Taking no time to break out, and immediately almost culling the entire place, you guys have begun spreading out and searching through the different things where you found there were beds, which were privy to a lot of people and not a lot of personal artifacts or anything. There was a lunchroom, there was a reception desk esque thing, and there were trunks upon trunk loads of items. Dresses, pants, shoes. None of it seeming quite right, and that it deserved to be there. These people have been taking people for maybe quite a long time. And now that you guys have stopped it, you went out to the front, assaulted, and slew the rest of the Black Knights, minus one paladin, which Rem spared the dying on. As we come back in on this moment, you all are in this, to be fair and frank, still very imposing woods, the trees slowly shifting and moving around you all. However, now you feel that you have dominated these Black Knights and are now able, for the first time this day, take a breath. Now, with the only other sound besides your guys' labored breathing, the trees around you, and the dotted wildlife, what would you all like to do?
I
I prefer not to sit around here longer than I have to.
I want to go look at what big statue man is
All right.
in the back.
Okay. It's easy to see from there. It's not one-to-one perfect, but it's this general dark-skinned man wielding a massive great axe. As you walk up, you can see the statue, which appears to be made out of stone, of him kind of curves off, and he has little, almost like tendrils of black coming off of his arms, face, and legs. The statue itself is maybe like double your size, Gilgamesh. It's a fairly large statue, and around it are dotted like offering bowls. As you get closer, you can see 4 of them have dark shades of crusted red and maroon, almost like etched into them. It's not the color of the bowl, they're just soaked through with that deep crimson. The 3 on top, clean.
From here, do I recognize this religiously at all?
Make a religion check.
God. This is me, Ellen. I got a 6.
6. This
No
holds
clue.
no place in your mind.
I have nothing. I have no other business with this statue. Actually, what's this? No. Don't mind me.
Okay. The rest of you?
I think I'm actually down here because we have the paladin spared the dying and shackled, right?
Mm-hmm. You, as Gilgamesh is going over, you guys are in the process of doing this. It takes a little bit, but Zex, you firmly clasp these dimensional shackles on the paladin's hands.
Call out everybody alive and well.
Alive, I wouldn't say well.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and just yell back. Well, it seems like a very loose term to use right now.
And from this, you can see Soas slowly making his way, kind of using the wall for support, as he's kind of just slowly moving his way over to you guys. And all of you are breathing quite heavily. The sound of people, it sounds like you have all just jointly finished a marathon.
I don't want to stick around here for too long, but I have no clue how deep into the forest we are. Are there any small animals around?
Not immediately by. It's partially because there was just a battle, but also you've kind of realized with your time dealing with the living woods that not a lot of living stuff resides here.
Well, you said birds do, but is that only on like the outskirts?
Yes, pretty much. It's the it's kind of ironic. The more into the living wood you are, the less living things there are.
Is there any business you guys have here before I start trying to find our way out of here?
Nope.
Can someone carry the paladin, please?
Gil's just gonna walk over without saying anything and pick up the paladin.
All right.
Is that Purple Man?
That is Purple Man.
Is that Purple Man?
Yes.
Oh, Purple Man.
Purple Man.
Pick up Purple Man.
All right.
I was purple once.
I was purple once upon a time ago.
Way back when.
So,
So am I able to... They obviously dragged us. They didn't pick all of us up. Am I able to kind of use like my survival or nature skills to find the way that we came from? Can I reverse engineer my way back to the woods?
Well, it's a thing of none of you exactly know where you were because all of you were knocked out before being taken here. So there isn't much of retracing your steps is the problem.
There were two dudes and they dragged us here. There's got to be some tracks somewhere, right?
You can look, yeah.
Is that nature or survival?
That would be survival if you're looking for tracks.
That's 23.
23. You work your way just slowly around the edges of the clearing. Other people watching as you just slowly piece by, just kind of keeping your eyes open for anything. And it's not your... You don't find like your tracks, like your literal like dragged tracks. What you do find is a somewhat blazed trailhead where you see horse imprints. You see signs of people managing to fit horses through.
Before we do that, can I come and poke at like this cart and this tent really quick?
Sure.
Is everyone coming with me?
yeah, I'll come with.
I want to
I'll come as well.
start with the cart and then the tent.
Okay. As you guys make your way up and around towards the cart and tent that you had seen previously on your broom, make an investigation check for the cart.
Can I have advantage since people are helping me, or am I being helped right now?
Does anyone help?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
I'll help.
Got people helping you, so yes.
Investigation, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Upon the cart, you see general, like, food, supplies, that general thing, kindling, like, dried meats, general supplies like that. You don't see any weapons, you don't see anything too valuable, but this does seem to be a cart that they had supplies brought to the camp from, or with.
I will take some of this with me, just like a general handful of like meats and shit like that. It's all food. It's not like bandages or anything like that. It's just food.
It's like food and like fire starter and stuff like that.
All right, I'll take a bit of that.
All right.
I'm not gonna mark it down on my sheet, or should I?
You could do whatever.
We'll just keep it in mind. And then the tent.
The tent, as you like walk in, there are two distinct sides of it. There's one side that seems very much like for a humanoid, and there's one side that looks very stall-like, almost like a horse stall, with a flat thing of brought together grass and hay and such. Although both of them are very, very organized and spacious, and there is a table in the middle of the room that seems to connect the two sides. On it, there's a sheet of paper a sheet with different like quills and mapping utensils on it, cartographer tools almost.
I'm gonna point at it and say, Zex, ain't that your business?
Say again. Sorry.
Zex, ain't that your business over there? Pointing towards the cartographer's table.
Oh yes, definitely. I'm gonna head over to the cartographer's table.
All right.
I'm gonna come look too, but
So you can see a small, besides the sheet, which you recognize as a map of Papihos, there is general cartographer's tools strewn throughout the table. There's a quill, there's some ink, and there is a kind of almost like black obsidian-like medallion that looks like it's face down. The side that's up to you is blank right now.
I wanna make this so that no one else sees me pick up this medallion before
I
anyone
was
else
just gonna
looks.
flip it over
Ah, no.
because I know what this is, or I'd like to
You know
think
what
I
it
know
is,
what
too.
this is.
I do too. I want this one though. You can keep the other one.
I don't want the thing. I just want to see it.
As
Okay.
you
Let's see it.
As you flip it over, you can look at the stream, but I'll put it in the D&D. You flip it over, you see a familiar obsidian-based dark metallic medallion, simple chain on the top with a amber crimson-esque skull in the middle and 7 symbols around it.
This isn't familiar.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna pull out mine and show him that this is not familiar.
The difference between this one and the other is the one that Rem pulls out has the symbol on the exact left side lit up, whereas this one has the one on the top left in gold.
Still think this looks familiar?
No, but I think I know which symbol, which ascended this symbol pertains to. Let me look. I have it in my notes. No, we don't know this one. This is one that we don't know. Great. I want to look around for books. Seeing this medallion, I'm going to pick it up, and then I want to look around for books.
All right. Zex, you pick up this medallion. Cool to the touch and place it in your bag. Make an investigation check if you're looking for books and other materials.
I'll help so he has advantage.
All right.
I put my D20 at the bottom of my bag. Thank you for the advantage. That could have been way worse.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19. No books, no ledgers of that in the sort. But upon looking closer at the map, basically, you do notice that there are different markings that aren't familiar to you.
I'm gonna whip out my map in a very sassy manner, and I'm gonna start marking these down on my map.
All right. As you begin looking at the map, it is full scale of Papihos, quite similar to your map actually. There are several different notable things. One, on your map, on this map, is there any color you'd like to mark it as, so you know?
Mark what as?
There are several markings along the edge of the map.
Okay. Yes, I want to mark them. I want to mark them in a different color. Let's do red.
Okay. So,
Let's make those ones red. Yeah,
first things first, along the western side of Papihos, you see one at the edge. Marked out in X, first with a circle, and then seemingly crossed out with an X. You see one in the south. By Tilvium, you see it marked with a circle and then an X. Then, onwards into the desert, in Vikfrum to the east, you see there is another one, a circle. That was a shit circle. A circle.
Just use the circle.
With an X. Then finally,
Okay.
Seemingly in the living woods, there is a circle. Those are the marks you see.
Can I assume? Can I make an intelligence check to see if Zex can deduce that these two things that I have marked over here are probably the same thing?
You're allowed to think
If they are, in fact.
You're allowed to think what you want to think.
No. So I can't get confirmation until I actually go over there, which isn't happening anytime soon. Okay, got them all marked on the map.
All right.
Sounds good.
As you guys see Zex mark these down on the map. You now stand in this half and half commander, captain, whatever's tent.
And we've already investigated the
Yep. There were simple
Okay.
beds. There were two small tables off on each side, seemingly used for eating. And then there's this table in the middle, which seemed to be some sort of planning table, if that.
Why don't you gather up all the cartographer's tools and take them with you? You might use them later.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right. You now have
So should I...
cartographer's tools.
I want to come poke around at this statue down here.
All right.
Are there any symbols near around it on its body, anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
Six.
6. The statue seems to be at least trying to be a lifelike representation of something, or a very realistic representation of something abstract. You did not find any religious symbols.
What race is this particular thing, or is it just like a loose interpretation of a physical being?
It looks sort of like elvish, humanish, but there's issues, such as its face seems to almost like bleed into itself, a shadow. The skin is dark, but you're not too sure whether that is of the just state of it being a rock, like a stone sculpture, or if that's on purpose. It itself, if you had to take a guess, it is some sort of human elf, possibly half elf, but massive in size.
Okay. Let's try to find our way back to the cart and get back to town.
Sounds good.
All right. You guys following those tracks that Rem found earlier? Or are you doing something else?
I'm going to have my. Okay, so for these Molotovs that I have, are you counting it as an action to light and an action to throw? How are we dictating this action wise? Is it one whole action to light then throw?
Um, it's a bonus action to light and an action to throw.
All right, good enough.
So, what's the plan?
I'm willing to just follow the path.
All right.
Can these horses get out of their little encampment?
Ooh, that's a
They're not necessarily like you can see like saddles and such like draped over the side of the fences. The horses themselves seem to be quite at home where they are. They're not skittish. They're not even tied up to anything.
I'm gonna go check out these horses real quick. You said there's saddles draped over the side. I want to look which horse seems to look the best steed in the bunch.
Make a nature check.
A nature check.
Alpha horse.
17.
17. As you kind of peer throughout the horses, there is one that is bigger than the others and seems to be moving around as the others are a little bit more docile. There's a large black horse as you see it kind of trots up to the food trough and kind of bows its head in. You can see the massively powerful muscles rippling underneath its skin. That would probably be your guess for the alpha.
Okay. I want to go in. Can I do that? Is it locked, I should say first?
It's not.
It's not. I'm just going to go in and walk up to this horse carefully and try and pat it on the back.
Make an animal handling check.
$18.
18. As you open the door and shuffle your way throughout the horses, you're respectfully but still pushing your way through. As you move up to it, you see in its eyes kind of meet yours, and slowly you reach out and pat, stroke. Doesn't seem to be taken aback by it. Seems to be fine. No hostility.
No hostility? Awesome. I'm gonna grab a saddle off of the fence and try to saddle this horse real quick.
All right. It stays relatively still. This horse, which is, again, bigger than the rest around, as you tighten the saddle, set it down, and you've seemed to saddled it up.
I'm gonna grab the reins and lead it out.
All right. Make another animal handling check.
17.
17. All right. As you take the reins and slowly lead it out, it does follow.
Awesome. As I walk out, I'm gonna pat it on the back again and say, I'm gonna call you Mandibar.
And see the glistening eye just kind of look back at you.
Awesome.
All right. What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna assume there's nothing interesting in these saddlebags, but I'll brush over them really quick while he's doing this.
The saddlebags generally like rations for horses, things like that. You can see just like general equipment for like repairing reins and saddles, like patchwork, not like good, but like temporary. If it breaks in the field, this is what you use.
I'm going to open up the front gate. I don't intend to come back here.
All right.
Be a shame if they just starve.
As you open up the gate, none of them make a move to leave.
They will eventually. I'm ready to follow the path the impromptu path back,
All right.
and I want to have my Molotovs ready. Can I kind of like loop them on my belt loop safely?
Mm-hmm. Not lit, of course, but
Not lit, no, but like I don't have to go digging for this.
yeah.
I put lit Molotov cocktails on my body.
We'll show you something wonderful.
I'm a man. Check this out.
God.
But yeah. Just generally, it's Gilgamesh, Suma. Are you guys going to follow Rem?
Yes.
I'm gonna mount my new steed and then I'll follow Rem.
Okay. You just, it seems unfamiliar with you, and you recognize this might cause problems from now on, like later on. For the moment, nothing bad seems to be happening. No mistrust showing itself in full force.
Awesome.
All right. As you guys move to this southwestern corner of the map and begin making your way slowly there. So this is going to be a series of checks for you guys.
If the force is encroaching, I'm firebombing.
Okay. So I want someone to follow the tracks. Rem, if you want to like just be on lookout for if the force is, as you put it, encroaching. You guys also have Terra, Soa, and Tyron to ask to do tasks if you need.
I can follow the tracks.
All right.
I'll have them just keep an eye out, see if they can help Suna here and there if they see something that we don't.
Okay. So Suna is on the survival checks. Rem, are you doing perception?
Yes.
All right.
I'll have Soa do perception with me.
Okay.
Anything you want me doing?
What do you want to do? You can have Terra help Suna, have Soa with me, have Tyron just be with Gil. Maybe trade off the paladin here and there if they have to. And you
Okay.
can kind of just be an all-arounder.
Wait, why don't I just get off my horse and we can drape the paladin over the back of the horse? Then we don't have to worry about it.
You could give that a go.
Okay, I will. Who's carrying the paladin? Is Gil right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Big boy Gilgamesh.
Gil, I'm gonna get off my horse and you're going to very carefully drape the paladin over the back of my horse.
I love how you call it your horse. Now I can't wait
It
for this
is.
thing to fucking donkey kick you.
It's my horse.
Gil's just gonna walk over to the horse and like just put it on the back of the horse.
All right.
Not terribly carefully, but like I'm not trying to, you know.
You don't want to injure the
I-
horse.
Yeah, I ain't trying to act up.
Trying to act up.
Horse about to have me acting out.
All right. As you can hear the kind of general dull sound of armor hit the leather saddle, and the horse kind of flexes and kind of sidesteps a little bit, but doesn't seem to refuse. Okay.
Okay, I'll just lead the horse now. That'll be my job.
All right. So, as you guys begin making your way through, would you guys like to organize yourselves in a marching order?
I guess if I'm following the tracks, I guess I'm first.
Yeah. Suna and Terra in front. Then me and Soa. Tyron and Gil, and then Zex at the back leading the horse.
Can I have permissions to move my horse around?
Are you at the back or the front moving the horse?
I'm at the back, is what I've been told.
Okay.
I'm at. Is that the front?
That's the
or
front
the
of
back?
the.
I'm confused.
That's the front.
I got it.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So this is a good marching order.
Why
Yeah.
are they so far back?
It's where they put themselves.
All right.
If you want to move Tyron, you can.
Tyron's going to stick next to Gil no matter what, so.
Okay.
Yeah, who has Tyrant? Okay, there we go.
Then I'll just move right here.
Yeah.
The horse. Perfect.
All right. So, with this, first, Suna, Tara will give you advantage on the survival check.
Oh.
So will give you advantage on the perception check, Rem. And Zex, nothing right now, unless if you want to.
Cool.
17 for survival.
17, all right.
16 on perception.
16 on perception, all right. So you guys slowly begin making your way through, Suna stopping every once in a while to make sure, as you can see. There are some times when the tracks seem to cross with something else, but you quickly determine it's like, oh, these are deer tracks. These aren't horse tracks like the rest, and they're more concentrated here, and you guys keep pushing forward. Ram, you're watching the branches of the trees just slowly move as the general, seemingly gentle breeze that is non-existent, but this non-existent breeze that seems to be moving the trees around. They don't seem to be getting closer.
Is anything getting closer? Can I hear anything?
Nothing but the sounds of your guys' footprints so far.
All right.
All right. So you guys continue moving throughout, stepping over large roots that seem to came across the path and disrupting, pushing up the dirt. Another survival check and another perception check, please.
I'll come back. Uh, 14.
14, all right.
24.
24. Is you take a small second as another kind of divergence seems to come, but both of them seem to be somewhat plausible for being your way out. As soon as you take this second to stop and think about it, as you don't want to mess this up and get turned around, Rem, you can see a branch. You hear the crack first, and then look as you can see this almost like arching branch that is slowly moving down towards the back of Tara's neck. It's about 5 feet away and is slowly inching its way closer.
Can I toll the dead at first?
Sure.
Does it just fail the con save, or is it making a con save?
Let me check. It is making a save. Natural 1.
That's a failure. I don't think it's injured.
It's not.
It's still going to be 18 damage.
18 damage as you watch the branch that seems to be coming out just stop moving as Tara whips around and looks at it. Still about 5 feet away from her, the branch seems to break and clatter to the ground.
I want to yell in Elvish, you keep away.
Okay. As you express this to the woods around, and you can hear just like almost a small, as you can see generally the trees, you've gotten used to the fake faux breeze waving them around. Now it seems like a slightly stronger gust went through as the trees all move slowly and seem to possibly retract a bit. It's hard to tell.
I'm going to issue another warning in Elvish. I don't want to do anything I don't have to do here, but if we're going to have an altercation, it won't be in your favor. Am I rolling to intimidate the trees?
Sure.
I'm the Vietnamese in these trees. That's low.
What?
That's a 7. These trees don't give a fuck.
Mm.
Comes out like a squeak.
as you say this, but there's still the imposing force of so many trees actually being here. Your voice seems to get almost lost, swallowed up by the forest. But nothing seems to happen. Soon after this, you look back and you see a way, and you believe that you've found the correct way, and you guys begin heading in that direction again.
Oh yeah.
As this goes, the path begins getting thinner and thinner and thinner until there's about like 10 feet, enough for you guys to go 2 by 2 still, but the trees and shrubs are getting closer. This seeming naturally of where they are rooted into the ground rather than them getting closer and closer. Gonna have another survival check and another perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right.
14.
14. As you guys move, it's been several hours at this point of you guys slowly moving through this painstakingly. You feeling the pressure, you can feel the sweat kind of going down the side of your face. And then as you guys make your way further, you can see as it kind of narrows in and splits off in several directions, one of them you can see an opening. Whether it's a field or the end of the forest, you don't see trees. You can see white and blue of a sky. And as you come to this realization, that's funny. You watch as you hear this crunch rem, basically. Mm-hmm. As you kind of get distracted by hearing this this general kind of quiet remark coming from Suna and Tara, kind of trading remarks. And after this, you hear a slight start of surprise come from Soa, and you look back and you can see a sort of like, not vine, but ragged, like almost leaf and branch that has kind of wrapped itself around Soa's leg. And as he exclaims this, the entire thing draws taut, and you watch as he's pulled. We'll see if he loses his footing. As he's pulled off of his feet, the empty pistol that he's been carrying for comfort clattering out of his hands as he's yanked. I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
That boy, really quick, my initiative is 7.
7.
Yikes.
All right.
Can I have advantage since I've been on alert this whole time?
Well, everyone's on alert, so
I've been on extra alert.
I know, but you've been watching. I'm just saying
right.
general initiative.
I'll be back.
All right. So, just gonna put the 7 right there, just for a second. Now, is anyone 25 to 20?
Yes.
All right. What do we
22 for Zax.
have? 20.
Unnatural 20 for Gil.
Okay. So,
What is X's plus to initiative?
So I get +3 from Dex, and then I get +4 from, I get +2 from HAPA proficiency.
All right.
So I rolled a 17.
It seems we're always top of initiative, so.
all right. Since I know Rems, what is yours, Suna?
10.
10. Okay. That's rough. Especially when you're in most of the NPCs are Dex built characters. All right. So as this happens, you guys all kind of turn in unison as you see this branch that tightens and then pulls him off of his feet as he begins being drugged. He gets drug about 10 feet and begins disappearing into the brush itself. Zex, you are first.
Okay. This is the trees doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. You can see the long branch coming out.
This thing can't hear me, so vicious mockery isn't going to do me any good. Neither is dissonant whispers. This is unfortunate. I guess I'll cast Shatter from probably this point to see if I can't get the stuff to let off a little bit.
Okay. Con save?
Yes.
All right. Con save of... not good. 8.
Yeah, that's a failure. And I'm casting this in a second level slot.
Okay.
So he's gonna, or the vine, I guess. Everything within this range is gonna take 20 damage.
20 damage. All right. As you throw this magical essence out there and then crush in, you can hear the sounds of branches cracking, leaves popping. Give me the damage one more time.
20.
20. All right. As the vine itself lets go, and you can see Soa's leg being now held in... It's very similar to like the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where it's just the tentacle on Elizabeth's leg. Where it's just this vine wrapped around the lower part of his leg that has now gone limp.
Cut it out. Or there's gonna be more where that came from. And that'll be it.
All right. As you watch as Tyron just holds out his sword and shield, getting ready, as he kind of moves across over to Soa, and waits. Gil, are you doing anything? It is now your turn.
So wait. Is what like what's happening to Soa right now? I need to make sure I know what's going on.
Currently, he's on the ground with a no longer moving vine-like appendage of a tree that was wrapped around his leg that has been severed with a shatter.
Yeah, okay, it's already been severed. I think. Oh wait, we haven't had a. Oh fuck. Oh.
We haven't had a long rest.
Yeah, this is gonna end so poorly. Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna hold my action. And if they like pop out of the trees, if anything pops out of the trees, really, I wanna swing.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Tara's turn as she just basically moves over to the side and starts trying to help Soa to his feet. The tree is going to make his move after Tara. As you watch another vine seemingly come out, wrapping itself around Soa. Soa's going to make a strength saving throw. And rolls an 8 and fails. as you watch the vine wrap itself more around his lower body, and so is once again pulled 10 feet further into the brush. As you can see different trees and twigs just raking over his face. You can see small cuts being pulled into him as it's basically trying to pull him farther into the brush. It's the tree's turn. It is now Soa's turn as he's going to try and break out of it. And that's 11. He is not going to. That's his turn as he can't do anything else. Suma, it is now your turn.
Okay. That's probably it. Okay. So I'm gonna run up to Soa.
Okay.
I want to cut. I want to use my long sword to cut him free,
Okay.
or try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. Well, that's not good. Um, 11.
11. I believe that does not hit. Yeah, it does not hit. As you swing down, you actually see the vine-like appendage just whips Soa into the path of the blade, and you barely manage to stop from cleaving into him, but you don't hit it.
I'm gonna use a bonus action,
Okay.
I think. Give me one moment. I'm gonna burn a first level slot to gain 2 sorcery points.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
That'll be it.
That's your turn. Rem, it is now your turn.
I'm going to nudge forward a bit and in an enraged tone yell in Elvish, I told you this wasn't going to end well for you. I'm lighting my Molotov and throwing it into the brush.
Okay. Where are you trying to throw it?
Right about here. I don't want to get so in it, but I want to get it close. So, like, what's the splash on this?
It's 5 feet.
So I can throw it here and it'll be fine. Throw it in here.
It'll light a square on fire.
Yep. Throw that in there.
Okay. All right.
Are you making me do an improvised throw or something?
Yes, I am.
Ooh, that's not gonna end well for me. What am I adding? Just straight? Can I?
It is.
Dex?
It is.
Anything?
It is strength for this.
Yeah, that's a 3 to just throw it.
3.
But since it's right in front of me, it's probably gonna be fine.
As you.
It's an AOE thing.
Yeah, as you throw it, it just kind of slightly slips and tumbles. It hits. You're not sure if it'll light, but that's where it's being marked. As it sprays, hitting a trunk, and you see flames begin to creep up, and we'll see if it lights. Anything else?
I'm gonna stand astride my broom and get ready to use it the next turn.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna move.
All right. As this happens. Okay. Let's see. Gilgamesh. That's a natural 20. As you begin looking, another one from the opposite side comes and strikes out to rap against you. Since you were holding your action to hit it, let's see if you can hit it, first of all.
Can I Okay.
I can't
Nice.
nuke that, can I?
Nice.
You can if you want to. I don't know if you
It's
have
not,
any left.
it's not an attack.
It's not. It's the like. If it hits, it doesn't do damage. It just wraps him.
And I also don't have any.
Is this just a, like normal roll? Like if
It's your
there was
normal
anything
attack. Yeah.
That's a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Yes. I just want to slice it in half, like as it's coming towards me. I just want to slice it.
Let's see if you can.
Oh god. Shit, how much health? How much health?
You don't know?
JC, how much health?
You don't know?
Come on, tell me, please.
Also, I will if you kill it.
Deal. Well, slash.
As you slice into it, you see a section of it cut, and then it seems to almost become two vines as it wraps against you totally. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Do you know what you just asked me to do?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 24.
24. As you are not pulled to the ground, as it's holding against you, you are grappled by it, but you are not pulled anywhere.
A 24 doesn't even do me anything.
It didn't have you pulled off. It didn't have you like pulled off your feet, put into prone, and dragged 10 feet away, like how Soa did twice.
Loser. So was a loser.
But you now have some greenery on you, as well as Soa. As that tree's turn, Zex, it is now your turn.
Right. I'm gonna pull out my scimitar, turn towards this vine, and slash at it.
Okay.
$17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay, that'll be 9 damage.
9 damage. As you slice, you watch as the stuff holding Gil goes limp as that one falls and then shoots back into the brush. Gil, you're no longer grappled.
Let's go.
You almost did enough, just not quite. Zex?
I have another attack, so I guess I'm gonna. Can I reach? How close is this vine that has Soa?
It's on his legs, so if you pull up next to Soa, like on how Suna is, on his side, you'd be able to cut at it.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll run over here then, and then I'll cut at it again.
All right.
Or this one, I guess. 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
4 damage.
4 damage as you cut into it. It is a thick vine around the like size of your forearm, and it holds firm, but it does take the cut.
Okay, and then one more.
Okay.
19.
19 hits.
5 damage.
How much?
5.
5. It holds firm against that as you're hacking away at the vine.
And that's my turn.
It's Tyron's turn now, as he's going to move that way, that way, that way to cut. As he's making his 2 attacks. Natural 1 and a natural 3. He misses. We're gonna leave it at that. That's his turn. Gilgamesh, it is now your turn.
Well. So I've basically just been watching people walk into this forest, yeah?
Mm-hmm. You can still see their backs, but they're like lightly obscured by foliage.
I guess I'm gonna walk into it too.
Okay.
Is there any like distinct enemy that I can see that I may be able to, mess up a little bit?
You can see that the lower half of Soa is wrapped up in vines.
That's it?
You can
see
make
where the vines
you
are
can
coming
take
from?
an action and make a perception check further into the woods.
JC, you. I am upset with you.
Mm-hmm.
And the vines are still connected?
The
Like,
vines
the-
are connected to something.
I'll take my action to cut off the vines.
You can attack the vines, yeah? Or you can just try to pull them
Yeah.
off with a strength check.
No, I want to attack the vines. I want to cut those off.
Okay.
So, attack. Yay. No. 25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
Okay. Dice. 9 damage.
9 damage. You watch as Gil holds up his weapon and slices down as it cuts clean through the vine, as it shoots back, leaving Soa.
Can I also help Soa to their feet?
You begin helping Soa.
Then... yeah, that's all.
Okay. It is now Terra's turn, and Terra is just... Terra doesn't know what to do on this. And for this... Suna does a 12 hit.
No.
All right, you watch as a vine shoots out towards you and then misses as you move to the side, as it tries to wrap around you, and then it gets seemingly shoots back somewhere into the foliage.
Oh.
This is now Soa's turn as he gets up to his feet and begins making his way back as he calls out, "Let's go! Let's get out of here!" and begins running, taking his moving towards the identified place out of the woods. Suna, it's now your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's leave.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
No.
All right. Rem. The fire does not seem to be spreading right now. Anything you're doing?
Before I back away, can I use my action to see where these vines are coming from?
Sure, make a perception check.
I know where my feet are. 9.
9 is... The foliage itself is too thick, you're not sure.
I'm gonna start backing away too.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to usher the injured behind me and tell them, yeah, it's time to go.
All right. You moving?
Not right now. No, not right now.
Okay. As this happens, Suna
Yep.
does a 22 hit you.
I really wish it didn't.
As you hear a crack and you look to your right as you see another vine coming out, and you try to duck out of the way as you feel like it's going to try and wrap you, but instead it seems that the front of it seems to be sharpened into almost a thorn point as it sticks into your shoulder. And then as the pain hits you, you feel it rip across the front of you, pulling open the flesh, and you begin bleeding kind of heavily. You take
That could be rude.
15 slashing damage.
Oh God.
God. Okay. That's fine.
And that is the tree's turn, as you watch the vine shoot back into the brush. Zex, it is now your turn.
So I'm going to run back up in front of my horse, grab its reins, and start moving. Do I still get my full movement once I grab its reins? Do I need to make any kind of check or something?
I do need you to make an animal handling check, as the horse
That's
is now
what I figured.
spooked as you guys are under attack.
That is okay. 16.
16. As the horse itself is clearly startled, it's seeming to maintain its composure abnormally well for a horse, and whatever movement you have, you can lead it. Whatever you have left.
Okay. Can I have control of the horse, or do you want to move it for me?
I can move it. It'll just be right behind you.
Okay, perfect.
All right?
And then I just want to pat it on the back and say, good job, good job, good job.
Okay.
Give it some praise.
It's Tyron's turn. He's going to, again, making his way out. 15, 40 as he moves ahead of the group. Gil, it is now your turn.
I mean, kind of seems like we're just leaving. So I guess I'll just follow suit and make my way out of the forest.
Okay.
I don't see any other immediate threats, right?
Okay. You don't see anything right now, no? You can use your action to make a perception check if you want to.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that. Oh, that's a 23.
23. You can see
Everything.
about 25 feet into the brush. There is a larger centralized, like, smaller tree almost kind of hiding among the others. And as you're watching, you can see a vine kind of curling out of the bark unnaturally as it begins slithering towards you guys.
Ooh. I'm gonna point my axe like over there and say, found it. You said it was 25 feet away?
25 feet away.
I guess how much movement I have, fella. 25 feet.
All right.
Down. Can you give me like a general something marker, like just so I know where it is?
Sure.
Okay.
There's your tree.
It's menacing. It's tree I've ever met. Oh, it's bigger now. Oh no, it's big.
All right.
Um,
And use your action and your movement.
I have bonus action. I can still. You know, let's hope. Oh wait, shit. But then that's just gonna. Because if I rage now, then it's just gonna cancel at the end of the turn, isn't it?
Maybe. Well, it's
up.
if you rage right now, if you can rage at the end. It's just if you don't attack by the time your next bonus action comes out, then you won't.
Oh, so I can rage now, and it'll stay up until my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, shit, I'm gonna do that then.
All right. So you use your bonus action to rage. Okay.
And then, yeah, that is my turn.
Okay. Tara is using her movement to move ahead. It is now the tree's turn. As it is going to make an attack on you. Does a 13 hit.
No.
Gilgamesh?
Yes?
It does hit you.
No, what? What
Does
do
a
you-
13 hit you?
What? Oh, no.
Okay. As you watch the branches try to wrap around you, move out of the way as it kind of skirts across your dragonborn like scales. It's the tree's turn. Soa is going to take his movement.
The
To
tree
move?
can move?
No, Soa's taking his movement. It is now Suna's turn.
Yay. Just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If I use action surge, can I dash twice?
You can use that action to dash, yeah.
Alright. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to leave everybody behind. Oh. Oh, wrong button.
The tree line is like, as soon as you hit that black, you're out of the tree line.
Yeah.
All right, so you move right up to the tree line.
Oh, I can go further.
Yeah, if you move further, you burst out of the trees, and you can see a path, a couple like 100 feet away from you.
Sick.
You can see the road. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Ram, it is now your turn.
Seeing that Gil has approached this tree creature, I'm gonna need it to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13.
That's a failure. Is it injured?
Well, the vines have different health pools than the tree, so technically no.
Okie doke. You're doing Toll the Dead. That's necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna like that shit. That's 17 necrotic damage,
17 necrotic damage. All right.
and I'm gonna yell to Gil, we don't have time for this. I'm backing out. I'm gonna move my technically 50 feet because I'm on my broom,
Okay.
but I'm only gonna get behind Tara and Soa because I want to get them all out.
All
I
right.
trust Zex to get himself out.
The fire
my fire
does
spread?
the fire does not spread. I rolled.
Bullshit.
All right, Zex. It is not your turn because we have to see who gets attacked by the second tree. That's interesting.
Is the paladin?
Zex, as you watch a vine come out towards you, it doesn't hit you. As you watch as
It's
it
the paladin.
impacts the paladin's side and actually just begins, like, it yanks him halfway off the horse as you see the vine is through his gut.
No.
That's the tree's
Okay.
turn. Zex, it is now your turn.
Great. I'm glad. This tree is gonna get decimated. I'm gonna cast Shatter in a 4th level slot from this point to include the vine, and if there are any other vines in that area, I guess they get hit too. But
Okay.
which side of the trees is it coming out of? Is it coming from Gilgamesh's side or the other side?
It's coming from the right side. So it went across, like, basically it's coming from here and spearing the paladin.
Got it. Then I'll cast it from here.
Okay.
So I need a con save.
Ooh, 19.
It makes it. It's still gonna take damage though, which is good, I guess. I rolled 22 damage, so it's gonna take 11.
11. As you watch as it racks some of the vines and they begin curling up. They're still there, but barely.
But barely.
Yep. All right, that's your turn.
Hey.
What?
I just want to, I guess, run over to the side of the horse. So, over on this side, I guess, grab the paladin. Is that possible? Is that something I can do?
Yeah, you can grab him.
Okay, just hold him.
Okay. As you're trying to, like, steady him on the horse. That's your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Is Tyrants, as he is going to use his movement to rush out. As Tyron Suna, you see, breaks the tree line with you.
Hell yeah.
Gilgamesh, it is now your turn.
Well. Rem yelled at me, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
First thing I want to do, I want to take 2 swipes at this thing.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a miss. That's only a 10.
Yep. As it strikes the side of the tree, but the blade of it just gets twisted to the side and it makes no actual impact.
What about a 25? Does that hit?
25 definitely hits.
Okay, good. What? 16 damage.
Okay. As you swing around a second time, the blade cleaves and takes a chunk of bark out as it kind of sprays across your form. Still there.
Damn. I was hoping something good would come out of this.
Anything else?
I'm gonna run back to the horse. He can take all of the opportunity he would like.
He does get an opportunity.
He does.
That was a natural 3, though, so the vine swings low, slamming into the turf beneath your feet.
I just have 10 more feet, so I should go there. Okay.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's all.
Okay. Terra is going to break through the tree line as well. And the other tree that Gil's going away from is going to try and hit you, Gil, again.
Again? Okay.
That was a 12.
Nope.
As once again you go below as the vine swings over you and thuds in below you, not hitting, not being effective. Soa is going to break through the tree line as well. And Suna, are you doing anything while you're outside?
Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. You've broken through the tree line. You can see the road a couple 100 feet away that you recognize as the road between Greywall and Lichton. And you can still hear the general crashing and chaos of people running through the woods behind you. Rem, you're on deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just chill, I guess.
All right. Rem, the fire spreads. Can you roll a d6?
3.
Okay. As you watch as it creeps, beginning to move upwards. It is your turn, Rem.
I'm gonna move forward 20 feet. So, or it have to be 20 feet. I think that's 20. Now it only has to be like 15. So 5, 10, 15 here. I'm gonna
Okay.
spare the dying of this paladin because his guts are falling out.
Okay.
Oh, look, that's gonna do.
You don't
And
know?
I'm going to have this tree man down here give me another con save.
Okay. 10.
That's a failure, and I know it's injured.
Mm-hmm.
This is Toll the Dead, necrotic damage. It's not a whole lot, though. That's only going to be 16.
16. As you can see, some of the leaves begin drying up on it. Still alive, but it's looking bad.
I'm going to yell to Zex, mount the horse and ride off.
Okay. As this happens, another vine comes out of the second way. Nat 20ing the paladin. As another one strikes through the paladin's chest, as you see the arms kind of flow, and you can see the crimson just kind of leaking out.
He's gone. Leave him.
That is the tree's turn. Zex, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm. Fine, that's it. I guess I'm assuming he's dead, so I'm just gonna push him off the horse,
Well,
mount
you
the
can
horse,
have him with you and drag him with you, and we can try, but
I have to get rid of the vines if he's on the horse with me.
2 people can fit on a horse.
I'm worrying about the vines that are poking through him right now.
He's not being grappled because it's not dragging him, it's just hitting him, right?
Yeah, they're very thin, thorn-like vines. You could guess they probably don't have any pulling force. There's the thicker ones that are like forearms that have been dragging people like Soa, and there's these thin, thorn, needle-like ones that have been attacking and hurting you guys.
Okay, sure. I'll get on the horse. What's my movement speed on the horse?
On this horse, your movement speed is 60 feet.
Let's go. I'll mount and I'll move 60 feet.
Can he dash with the horse?
You can dash with the horse. So you can move
I guess
120 feet.
I guess I'll just go out then. I'll go 80 feet out because I want to do something with the paladin.
Okay. If you're dashing, you can't.
I have bonus action still.
Okay. So as you dash and you break through you dash and pass through, you can see Terra, Tyron, Soa, Suna as you move past on the warhorse. You doing something with the bonus action?
I am. I'm going to try and healing word this paladin
All right.
on a first level slot.
Okay.
So he'll get 3 + 5, 8 healies. Does he wake up?
He does not seem to move, and his wounds do not seem to heal.
Shit.
All right.
Okay.
That being Zex's turn. Gilgamesh, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna just dash out of the forest.
All right. You crash through the tree line. You're met by the rest of your group. And with that, there's one tree moving before you, Rem. Let's see if it actually has the... Yeah, it can hit you. It is going to attempt to hit you.
Okay.
That's a 7. As the vine whips out, you just pull back on the broom, and it misses completely.
We've reattuned to our items by now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The fire does not spread, but it is your turn.
Can I float up in the air?
Yeah.
I want to go the 40 feet up.
Okay.
And in Elvish, I'm going to yell again, I told you this wasn't going to end well. And I'm going to... Am I breaking the tree line? Like, am I above the trees? Can I see?
Going how many feet up? 40?
40?
You're not quite to the top of the tree line yet.
Let's go the full 50.
Okay. As you begin cresting over the top of the tree line.
I'm going to light this and drop it down.
Okay. As it hits, and I'm not going to make you roll because you're just dropping it on a tree, it begins to course out through the top of the trees. You yourself and everyone else begin hearing like this faint, like screaming sound.
Oh, no.
I told them it wasn't going to end well. It's their fault.
All right. For the sake of this, and unless if any of you are planning on going back into the woods, combat is effectively over, as you are all out of range of those 2 trees.
I'm drifting to the other tree and I'm dropping another one down.
Okay. Roll to hit for that one, because you're trying to hit a specific target.
I'm just dropping it in a general area. I don't know where it is.
Okay. As you hold it out and drop, and you can hear, all of you, the soft but high-pitched wail kind of course out as the fire itself moves along the trees. Just generally this terrible, this just terrible, low, barely audible sound that still manages to pierce all of your guys' minds.
Is it in something that we can understand?
No,
Or is it just
but
screaming?
it just sounds like wailing.
I'm going to get out of the woods now.
Okay. As all of you are outside of it, and it now just has this slight crackle. You guys are
Well,
now...
I'm still 50 feet up. Can I see the cart?
Make a perception check.
19.
19. About... As you guys were basically heading south, about like 5 or so miles to the west, you can see what is probably your cart. You can see a large brown like cart. It is pretty easy to see and identify. You can see horses, the 2 horses around it lying down. You do recognize it. As you just kind of touch down on the edge, all of you kind of gathering your breath. You guys see Rem kind of float down on the broom and join you. You all are now outside of the living woods, managing to get all of your friends out safely. Sorry, Zex?
I'm just gonna say to the group, the paladin is dead.
There goes any source of information we can get out of him while he is alive. Out of character, though, can I ask what killed him if I stabilized him?
It was just basically I was rolling percentile dice on which one of you to hit, and the paladin was whatever the percentile was when it was dividing it between you guys in their ranges. He was always the highest, and that one was rolling like 94s, like basically 80 and higher for all of them. And so for those last two hits, it was just him smacking the paladin. And when you get hit, when you are unconscious, you lose death saves.
Even when you're stabilized?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, he dead. The spare the dying wouldn't restart the death saves, it wouldn't.
No.
How long has it been since he died, you think?
Not that long.
Longer than a minute.
Well, yeah. Especially since you took time to fly over and drop Molotovs.
I did what I had to do. I'm now more angry with the woods than I am with this guy. While he's here, can I search his body before we tuck him to the side?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Can someone help me, please?
I'll help.
Nat 20.
That's a pretty good investigation check. As you move over and just kind of inspect his now corpse, you find he has on like black plate armor, obviously. The inside, like on his actual person, you find a coin purse, as well as a couple days' rations, as well as another medallion, the same one that Zex picked up.
I'll just pocket that, take the coin purse, and let everyone know. The cart's that way. I'm going to start gently floating along on my broom.
All right.
Are we dumping this paladin's body?
Put him to the side. I have an idea, but I don't want to do it. I abhor the idea. That's all we can do for now.
And so you don't want me to take him with? Or you do?
Why would we take him into town?
I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'll put him 10 feet from the tree line.
Okay.
Put him a bit farther away.
How far?
Halfway between the road and the trees. Cover him up a bit.
All right, I guess I'll do that, and I'll move the ground brush around to try and cover him.
Okay. As you move the shackled body over and just begin pushing greenery on top. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I guess I'll just ride the horse back.
Okay.
I'll just walk back to the cart.
Okay. As you all make your way slowly back the 5-mile walk. Just kind of in silence, you all exhausted, bloodied, cut up. As you make your way there, the light's beginning to actually, like, die down. As evening's approaching, you guys see the final affront that has been done to your guys' property. The horses are not lying down out of choice. It seems that they themselves were cut down once you all were knocked out. The 2 dead horses still attached to your cart.
Well, that's fucked up.
Citrus and lightning.
Fuck.
I named these guys. These were my horses. How fucking dare these people? How fucking dare these ingrates with their insolence think that they can encroach upon my rights and my property? I'm glad we mowed all of them down. I'm grateful that the woods gutted that fucking bastard. I did all that to try and preserve his life. For what? Just for them to disrespect everything that we have in this world? I have no regrets. They were no better than beasts, the whole lot of them. And every choice I've made up until this point, I'd do it again if it meant I could spit on their graves.
That's fair. I want to examine the cart. I need to know the size of every piece of damage that's on there.
The damage from the cart, as you begin moving over it, none of the equipment seems to have been generally harmed. There are nicks from where you guys were actually fighting within the cart, from swords that have hit the side of it, people rummaging around in it, seeing if they could find anything. Not too much. The majority of the damage seemed to have come from a magic spell that caused thunder damage. That has broken one side of the cart. You can see a wall that has kind of like been pushed and bowed inward. Seems that would take time and possibly a good amount of coin to repair.
Are we,
How large
all of our
is
things
this
still in
damage,
here?
though? Like,
The
is
cart,
it just the whole wall?
it's not the whole wall. It's about like, so the cart itself is like 10, 15 feet across, like long. It's a long cart. It's a big boy. It's like a 5-6 foot section that has been pushed in and kind of like cracked along. It seems that like if weight was put onto it, that section of the wall might collapse. It's like that part has been badly damaged.
So can
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. I'll wait.
I was gonna ask if I took the time, could I slowly just use mending
I was going to ask the same thing.
to repair the cart?
It would take a long time, but it is possible.
What if we
2
work
of us did it?
together?
What if 3 of us did it?
What if 4 of us?
It is very possible. You don't know how long it is. Generally, mending's used mostly for smaller items. This is a kind of larger scale, but
Are all of our things still in here?
it doesn't seem that they've cared to take anything from you guys.
So all my Molotovs, my dead baby box is still here. Was it tampered with at all?
Make an investigation check.
I would know. It has an alarm spell on it.
Oh, well, it hasn't been opened.
I am going to take the time to investigate it
yeah.
to see if they've tampered with my shit. Looks good to me. I nat 1.
It's like scattered, as in someone's ruffled through it. That's obvious for everyone. But nothing further than that. Nothing beyond that surface.
The box
Disrepair.
can't even be opened.
Well, it wasn't opened. All right. The sun beginning to go down, you guys at your cart. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to. I don't know. Do we want to try to repair the cart right
Yeah,
now?
we're gonna repair what little we can so we can make it back to town. Strap up the one horse you have there, and it's gonna take a while, but it should be able to get us there.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Mending on the broken wall of the cart.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh.
try to just piece everything together so it gets home. I'm not worried about the wall.
Okay. As soon as you just kind of begin casting, you see small little bits of the cart just kind of slowly flexing back into place, fiber by fiber, shard by shard. It begins reconnecting, reassembling. Rem, you move through, you look at the wheels, you look at the general structure, you look at the actual forward thing, and you determine if pulled, pushed, whatever, this cart will still roll. It's just you're not going to be able to hold everyone in it. And also there is the immediate problem of the two horses are not alive that are connected to it.
We could get by with one horse. It would just be very slow, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. And you probably wouldn't be able to take everyone on the carriage.
I know Gil's gonna be fine walking. I can fly on my broom. Gil's the biggest weight in the damn thing anyway.
I'm fine
We're
with
just-
walking.
We're gonna have to get
Fuck,
by
you
like
say
that.
about me?
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Don't even speak. In this rage, I'm gonna look at Tara and I'm gonna let her know I've incurred a great debt today, coming to help you. I hope you remember this.
Of course. From both Soa and myself. Thank you.
Get in the cart. You're in no position to be walking.
And she kind of like almost half hangs her head. And she slowly gets into the cart. And Soa slowly follows.
Where's Tyron? Is
Tyron's
he getting in the cart?
standing aside. He has not gotten in the cart.
If I put him in the cart, is he gonna be okay? Like, is it gonna make it where it needs to go?
You can certainly try. It's your choice of whether you want to ask him to get in the cart or walk. Right now, it seems like he's trying to stand aside and doesn't want to be one of the people that is deemed too injured to walk.
Tyron, it's your choice if you want to get in or not.
I'm okay.
If you get tired, go ahead and rotate who's in the cart. Sex, it's your horse. Why don't you drive the thing? As we're getting it all together, I do want to poke to this coin purse I got from the paladin really quick.
Okay. It's full of assorted, not a lot of gold, but there's quite a lot of copper and a good amount of silver. It seems that this might have been what they've taken off of people rather than the much more substantial and well-maintained, more orderly amount that you guys had taken from the army up north. They do come across as thieves at the end of the day.
Bunch of bastards. What they are. What's the amount?
The amount is, you begin counting these on the slow trek back home. There is 120 copper pieces, 57 silver and 17 gold.
You said how many silver pieces?
57. All right. And you guys are just traveling throughout the night? And
Yeah.
you're going to make camp. It is your guys' choice.
We should probably make camp, considering most of us are in awful condition.
There's no point in making camp. I don't want to be any closer to this than we have to be. How much gold was it you said? It's 27 silver. How much gold?
It was 17 gold.
27 silver was right.
57 silver.
Okay.
All right.
And then 17 gold, you said, I think? I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I'm
You're good.
frustrated.
You're good. As you're kind of counting this, Zex has detached the other 2 horses and started attaching his.
I'm saying a prayer for my horses.
Mm-hmm.
How far until Grey Wall?
If you guys travel throughout the night, as after like past breakfast time, as it's starting to get close to noon, you guys would get into Grey Wall. If you guys push through the night, you would take a point. Everyone in the party would take a point of exhaustion, but that is your guys' choice.
I'm going for the night. I don't want to be out here anymore. Everyone that wants to sleep can sleep in the cart. Gil, I know you have no qualms being exhausted. Zex, I hope you can shoulder the inconvenience this time.
As you all again moving, are you allowing Soa and Terra to get the rest?
So,
About 2 of you
Terra.
can rest.
What about Suna? Suna's
Like the
walking.
rest.
Or what's going on?
About within the cart's weakened state, it'd be a gamble, but you could try to fit 3 people sleeping in there. 2 people will, in the damaged state of the cart, will reliably. You don't have any concerns about that.
I don't want it to break any more than it is. We shouldn't risk it. Let's just go.
Okay.
All right.
So Terra and Soa will get a long rest. As the rest of you, everyone else in the party, takes a point of exhaustion.
Let's go. Yeah.
This is the most. You're so happy about it.
Being exhausted, baby.
Dying. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Blue.
As you begin, as you all make your way back, and eventually the sun begins to crest above, and you can hear the sounds of the town in the distance. You all still with blood and wounds across your guys's across your guys' bodies and forms, you make your way into the town, and it has begun to the things have begun to pick up. People are moving throughout. Yeah, you guys make it back to Great Wall. You guys get to the gate and slowly make your way in. The general sounds of the town kind of elapsing all of you You guys move through slowly. The town itself is still lively, seeming not taking notice of any of you as you all move through. Where would you guys like to be going as you are now back in Greywall?
The Mage's Guild.
All right.
Yep.
As you all make your way slowly up to the Mage's Guild, the cart just kind of moves its way and slowly limps to the side of it as Zex gets off and begins tending to the horse. You guys have made it back to the Mage's Guild. Tara and Soa feeling a lot better, helping Tara out of the cart. And the two of them kind of look. Tara meets your eyes, Rams, and gives you a slight nod, and they begin moving their way into the Mage's Guild.
Before they get inside, I do want to speak with them out loud so everyone can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yelling at you was inappropriate of me. It wasn't your fault how things panned out, and it is what it is. I will say that the malice behind my words were unintentional, but what I said is actually true. One day I will have to have this debt repaid, whether it be the repair of my cart or another form of favor. It's better than you dying.
Say
but
it's more than fair, yes. Deeply, we do appreciate it. And I fear I wouldn't have been able to see the sun if you all hadn't come. Sincerely, thank you. And both of us are within your debt.
All right then. I'm heading inside. Is anyone else going inside? Anyone else tired?
I'm going inside.
I could use a rest.
As you all begin making your way in, you can see Jaylene at the desk. She looks up and her normal smile just turns into a slight look of confusing and then worry. And she kind of stands up, moves her way around the desk itself, and just, is there anything I can do to help you? Tara, Soa, glad to see both of you. And she begins, like, moving in her hand, like, kind of slightly hovers over Tara's face and moves past because part of Soa's face is still, like, swelled up as she, like, kind of gingerly moves across, and you can see him slightly wince. And she turns to you all and is just, is there anything I can do?
I'm going to pull coins out of my coin purse and hand them to her and ask her, have someone from the stables down south come fix my cart, please. Took a lot of damage. I also need 2 replacement horses. If this isn't enough, I'll pay the rest later, please.
Of course.
Handing off 20 platinum.
I'm confident this will probably be enough. You all look exhausted. How about you all retire to your rooms and I'll have some food and drink sent up to all of you.
Preferably something a bit stronger than juice.
I'm sure we can accommodate.
I'm fine with juice, actually.
As am I.
All right. Something strong for 2 of you, and something refreshing for the other. All right. Well, I'll make sure you're tended to, and I'll make sure your cot gets taken care of, Rem. Please, you I'll ask for all the details later. Right now, it seems you all are in a desperate need of a warm bed.
When you make your way up, I'll tell you the whole story.
Of course. And you watch as she takes the coin and disappears into the dining hall section of the guild.
I'm heading to bed. You guys are on your own. Good night.
I'm gonna head to bed as well.
Okay. As you all begin splitting off, Gilgamesh, you heading to
Gil's
bed?
going to bed.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's tired.
You all head to bed yourselves, kind of moving just slowly, and it's a thing of you all get there and it's pretty much lights out. As soon as you give your bodies the sense to relax, you're falling asleep in arm, or you're falling asleep just dried blood across your guys' faces and arms and hands as you all find yourselves asleep.
Long rest.
Long rest.
Yeah.
Yes. Kinda need it. Oh, fuck.
So, you all peacefully finish your long rest. Deep slumber has taken all of you. And you all regain your hit points, you all regain the benefits of a long rest. As 9 to maybe 10 hours pass. As you all slowly come back to consciousness. You're stiff. You feel like just pains from what has come across you before. However, there is the warmth and comfort of waking up in a warm bed in a familiar place. Rem, Zex, Gilgamesh, Suna, you all are now awake in your respective rooms in the Mages Guild. You can hear the soft sound of music coming from somewhere outside. What would you all like to do?
I know what plans I have today.
No.
What are you guys doing?
Gil is just gonna sit in his room. No, Gil's gonna go down to the commons and sharpen his axe.
Okay.
I'm gonna head down to the commons as well.
All right. Soon and Gil, you guys head down and see each other, acknowledge. Gil, you sit down, begin sharpening the axe. As you guys step out of your rooms, as of note, there is food and drink set outside of your doors. It seems you might have slept through when these were delivered to your room. You can see just general, like, fruits and vegetables kind of put across a platter. Gil, it's more meat-centric. Both of you, actually, with a type of juice, as requested. It's a dark red, probably taken from some sort of, like, cherry-esque. It's probably just wine that hasn't been fermented as grape juice, but it's what it is. But as you guys move past this and go down into the dining hall, you two are down there.
No.
No?
I'm not. No, I'm not moving past. I'm picking it up and taking it downstairs with me.
All
I'm
right.
going to eat as well.
All right. Rem, you make your way to dining hall as well. You can see the platter that has been set out for you. You can see general fruits and actual like breads that have been put on this place, as well as a kind of soft ale that was there as well.
Is Jaylene in the commons area? I gotta guess.
As you head down there, she's not.
Before we get to all this, I do have to rearrange some spells. So I'm letting you know right now.
As all of you kind of move down, by the way, you can still hear the music softly playing, and it seems like it's soft because it is far away, not because the music itself is actually soft.
When you say far away, do you mean upstairs?
No, seemingly outside of the Mages Guild entirely.
I'm just gonna eat my food for now.
All right. As you all sit down and eat the food that has been given to you, it's a general quiet atmosphere. And then Zex himself comes down. You can see a similar type of kind of a mixture between the meats that were on Gilgamesh's place as well as the ale that came with the rams, as the four of you have come down here, just silently eating, thinking, recollecting.
I have to check with the guards today and the artisans. I'll be out most of the day. Anyone's welcome to join me.
I'll come with.
I'll be back later. If the cart comes back, can one of you tend to it if I'm not here? If you intend to stay here?
Zex nods.
I can do it.
All right.
Well, why don't you check in with your companions, see how they're faring?
I'll just give Ram like kind of like just a slight nod.
Okay. So Rem, you and Suna head out. Where are you going first?
I need to go to wherever people I need to go to the police department. I need to know who went missing and when. I need a list of the missing people.
Okay. You haven't been to a specific police department, so the best you can really think of in the moment.
I've been to the royal place where I took.
Yeah, and those are in the basics. Is like there's the post office, which ironically doesn't really serve that much as a post office, but more as like kind of a general place where people talk to ambassadors and people like that for the king. And then there are the gates that dot each side that have guards that might know something.
They don't have like a centralized location?
As I said, the most centralized location for the royalty, the government, as of say, would probably be the post office.
We'll start there.
Okay. As you two kind of move through, you can hear the music just soft, growing louder. As you guys move through, you eventually make your way, taking the path through the square, getting to the post office. You can see the square is actually filled, as it's more in the evening now, as you guys were sleeping through the majority of the day. it's the evening. You could see like soft lights, and you can see separate like small fires that have been put at stands, people standing around, kind of bustling around. This is the latest you've ever really seen the market open, and you can actually see small little, like, not really shrines, more like decorations being put up, and people getting ready for something. Suna, as you are a resident of Papihos, you'd have knowledge of their traditions. This is similar to celebrating like the beginning of winter, a passing of the seasons. This is to welcome in the snowfall, the colder weather, and the time to rejoice in what you've made in the harvest before snow takes over and the cycle begins to repeat.
Oh, how fun.
All right. As the two of you make your way up past in the people, you make your way to the post office. As you enter in, you can see the different kind of offices of people. You can see general, just kind of like general labels on some of the doors. You see town real estate, you see center for trade, and then you see offices that are just labeled with names. You see Vardare, you see Selvin, and you see Yenta, as well as the actual like center of it, which is in itself a legitimate post office for receiving and giving out mail.
Wasn't Yenta the name of the head guard? I remember the name Yenta, but why do I remember it?
Make a history check.
Can I roll a history check?
Yeah.
I have it written down in my notes, but I have advantage because I probably took notes on it at some point.
Just make your history check.
Oh, that's not bad. I believe it's a 21.
Yenta is a person who you have seen before. You haven't talked to them, but they're known as the Goliath, who is in charge mostly of the armed forces of Greywall. He participated and lost in the tournament in the Halls of Glory.
Do I recognize the other names?
With that, Selvin is you recognize as the name of the Asimir woman who was actually in charge of the trial.
I know these people. What's her name? Say it again.
Selvin, Selven. You do not recognize the others, though, as I believe you haven't had anything with them.
But I've met Yenta, right? Who was the guy that came and arrested us?
You've seen Yenta. The person who came and was in charge of arresting you was the captain of the Greywall Guard, named Morton. As well, and Selvin was the woman who was in charge of the trial, the procedures. She was mostly acting as the head of the jury.
But I know Yenta works with the guard.
Mm-hmm. He works with the armed forces of Greywall.
I'll start with him.
All right.
If he's in.
Okay. As you move towards that, you actually do not. The office itself is empty. And upon looking at it, it seems like it's been empty for some time.
Can I guesstimate how long?
It's kind of easy to see. It's not like they've been gone for a couple of hours. It's more like there's a layer of dust
So it's been a couple of weeks.
Yes, at the very least.
I'll use here. I guess I'm gonna head towards the stations, or
Okay.
the barracks at the end of the walls.
Okay.
The southern. I'll start with the southern because the stables are down there. I can check on my cart.
Okay. All right. As you guys move through again, you can see, like people moving, people setting up different stands, and it seems like maybe tomorrow, maybe in the coming week at some point, there's going to be like an event in the town square for the actual holiday. But people are busy. People are just not paying too much attention to you two as you two make your way through.
As we're moving along, I want to make some idle chatter with Suna.
All right.
How long have you been in Greywall?
I think no more than like a week before I met you.
Where do you hail from originally?
What was it called? Fuck. Around the Temple of the Brine.
The Temple of the Brine?
Yeah.
Out of character, this rings no bell, so I'm assuming Rem doesn't know where the fuck this is.
Nope.
What part of Papihos is that in?
It's kind of by Sabine.
Ah.
Though I didn't really spend any time at all actually inside the temple. I was kind of just around the temple.
I had a companion from Sabine once. She found the way we deal with things to be a bit too aggressive for her liking. And she left our midst not long before we met you.
Just the short amount of time I've spent with you, I can't necessarily say I'm surprised.
Can you really blame us? We've all done things we're not proud of to survive, and we all have our own issues. I'm not used to dealing with folks that aren't afraid of me.
You mean like Gil?
Afraid of me or respect me, either or. Gil's a whole different matter. No matter what you say or do to them, it never seems to get through their thick-ass skull that someone cares about them. At some point, though, that might change. Give it time. If you continue to stay around us, that is. But I am giving you a heads up. Things aren't as cushy as the storybooks like to tell children adventuring is, you know?
Well,
You've seen it
nothing
yourself.
Nothing seems to be cushy in general, so...
We should
Alright.
get going.
As you guys make your way up to the walls, the stables, the southern stables are within the walls, so you can actually see your cart as it takes up like an extra spot at the stables, and
We're
you see
double parked.
yeah, basically, and you can see a familiar, like
I have this
blonde.
man's name written down somewhere.
Yeah, you see a familiar blonde-haired man working on the cart. Commissioned him way back when to work on the stables.
Let me see if I can find his name.
I won't tell you that then.
Give me 10 seconds to see if I can find it.
But as you guys move through, you can see he's actually taken off that side of the cart. The bottom right side, that panel, he's taken off and removed, and he's actually it seems like he's in the process of like moving and smoothing another panel in a new one. As
Gideon.
yes, it is. As he begins moving, you can see just this small, like, kind of like light faded purple, like kind of wrapped around him. As it has been a little bit colder, but not necessarily scarfed weather yet, but he seems to be doing it anyway. Kind of looks over at you and raised his, it's like a fingerless glove for working. He waves his hand at you as you guys approach. Hello! Welcome. I assume this is still your cart.
In whatever shape it may be in, yes, that's still mine.
What were you doing to it? I spent a good amount of time getting this ready for you, and comes back to me with a chunk taken out of the side.
An especially heinous group of bandits we encountered on the road, and an idiot companion of mine blew half of it to pieces. We lived, so I can't be mad at them, but...
Well, generally, it's not too much. The best part about fixing something that was made out of cannibalizing other carts is that you can just cannibalize more carts, and it seems to work just fine. However, with the funds I was giving, the horse problem is not one that I can resolve. It does cover actually having the cart fixed, as it slightly damaged the axle of the back right wheel as well. I've already got that taken care of. However, still need to cover horses, as I was told you needed 2 horses?
Yes. Mine were senselessly slaughtered by these bandits. I'm still rather pent up about it.
Dreadful people. I'm sorry.
How much for the horses?
Well, I know that horses generally run a rate of charge you 75 for one. However, if you'd hear me out, I'll charge you 100 for 2. I'll give you a bulk deal.
I have a question.
Of course.
Have you seen a rise in your business ever since my cannibalized cart, so to speak, has been roaming around town?
Not for cannibalized carts, per se. However, since you've mentioned it, business has been good. A lot of my horses have been bought. This is a new, what's the correct term for this? A new, I'll say batch for the sake of it, that I've had stored in the southern plains. I've got a couple herders taking care of my groups, but I had to have them shipped up here a little prematurely. The forces at Greywall ordered a lot of them and actually cleared me out. So these ones are actually quite fresh.
I suppose there's no point in me trying to talk you down in price then.
I'm already willing to give you a bulk deal. What more do you want from me? To pay you?
The shape I'm in and the things I've been through, I'd take about any handout I can at this point. But I'll take your bulk deal, and I appreciate it very kindly. 2 horses, 100 gold. I'll hand over the 100 gold.
Right. Well, it's still going to take a day or 2 for me to finish the cart. But when it's done, you can pick out your pick of the 2 horses to attach to the cart, and also the cart did come with a rather large horse, like a large black horse that was pulled. Is that one not yours?
It's actually something that that companion I told you about that blew apart half of my cart picked up along the way when we were dealing with these bandits. I know very little about it. Anything interesting, so to speak?
It's just a large horse. My horses are bred for riding and pulling carts. That horse seems like it could take your head off with a kick. It's terrifying, to be honest. If I had to put money on it, I'd say he has a war horse.
I'll be sure to let him know.
Hmm.
While I'm here, I might as well ask you. I'm sure you saw them as you were scrounging through things. What do you think of the makeshift snow wheels I had to create while I was up in Forminos?
It's interesting. I feel tempted to ask if they worked.
I got the cart back down, didn't I?
Yes. How long did it take you to get it back down, though?
Not as long as it would have had I been rolling on regular wheels.
Fair enough.
On the snow and muck and things of that nature, they work just as well as regular wheels, while regular wheels work half as well. Out of character, this is the truth, right? They work like regular wheels on this terrain.
Yes. On rough terrain caused by snow, they do.
On rough terrain
nullify
caused
it.
by snow,
Yes.
work just fine.
That's wonderful to hear. I'm
You're more than welcome to use the idea.
glad, despite one issue, for the majority of it, you've managed to take good care of my work. I do appreciate it.
As well as repairs, how much for a reinforcement, so to speak?
As in, what type of reinforcements? Like lining it with iron, or putting a higher grade of leather on the straps? What are you looking for?
Lining it with iron?
I haven't quite ever done that, I'll be honest. I could measure out the cost of materials and say tomorrow, swing by and I'll tell you the price.
I'm also having an issue that I'm not sure you have any luck with, but
Hmm.
if the snow wheels have caught me with any form of inspiration, I am having an issue with the sands of the desert with the wheels.
The sands of deserts.
I'm not sure the snow wheels would work the same. And truth be told, I've never touched more sand than a beach, so I have no clue what it's like personally.
That's
As
true.
far as I know, you'd sink in it.
Well, I can certainly try something. It'd be an interesting challenge, but I'm not sure. Tell you what, I'll start on the reinforcement, and then if I have spare time, I'll think about what could keep you afloat on sand.
And as long as I'm sitting here making a request, a storage upgrade would be nice in some way, shape, or form.
I'll find out something and get back to you with pricing.
I'm sorry that my monstrosity of a form of transportation poses complications for you.
Oh, it's an interesting project, and always a unique one, so I'll happily take the challenge.
For better or for worse, it's the talk of the town.
People do notice things out of place.
Thank you kindly for your time and patience. You must be off now.
Thank you for your business. And as you two move off, we're gonna move to Gilgamesh.
And he is me.
So Gilgamesh, after they leave, you and Zex kind of there. Zex just kind of solemn and in his breakfast. What are you doing?
Have I finished my breakfast?
Yeah, you go through it pretty quickly.
I see. Then I'm gonna make my way upstairs and try and figure out where Tara's room is.
Okay.
Tara's room.
So, what you are greeted with is a couple things. First of all, you know where your room is, of course, as well as
Right.
Zex's, Rem's, what used to be April's, You've gauged which ones were Lixen and Kylene's from before, through clues, context clues.
Mm-hmm.
There are still a mass amount of doors. The only kind of notable thing, kind of difference, is Tyron's is very easy to see, mostly because it's open and you can hear him.
Okay.
The rest of them do not have any like distinguishing marks on them.
What can I hear from Tyron's room?
You hear light snoring.
Oh. Okay. Can I just like go and peek my head around the corner just to make sure he's like not? He's just like generally okay.
Mm-hmm. You can see him. He's face down in the bed, fully clothed, snoring into the pillow. No blankets on, nothing. Just.
Oh God. I hate it, but I love it. So how many unknown rooms are there roughly?
So in the Mages Guild, as it spans pretty much the top floor with all of these, you already know which one's the bathroom, the washroom, stuff like that. There are like 20 total rooms. So besides yours, Rem's, like all of those, you've got like well over a dozen different doors that you can try. There's a lot of rooms.
I'm gonna stand in Tyron's like doorway and kind of like bang on the frame to try and wake him up.
All right, you just give it a little. Hello. Tyron's like face still kind of half muffled by the pillow that he's collapsed on, not moving, but he spoke.
How are you? How are you doing, Tyron?
My head hurts. He still has not moved.
Would you happen to know where Tara or Soa's room are?
Natural 20.
He knows everything.
Tara's room is next to mine. Soa never had a room.
What? Do I know either of the rooms next to his? Or are they both unknown to me?
Both of the rooms are unknown to you.
God damn it. Tyron, when you say next to yours, which one?
He just kind of holds up, like he like props himself up on his elbow, like slaps the wall to his left. One. His hand just kind of slides down.
He's still face down, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god. Okay. I know he can't see it, but I'm just gonna like give him a nod and go and knock on Tara's door.
Okay, just. Hello.
I'll open the door. I'll let myself in.
Okay. You can see lying in the bed, kind of with her back kind of pushed up against, like, the wall. So she's sitting on the bed, but she's leaning on the wall. Is Tara just kind of gingerly, like, wrapping up her arm. You can see her wince as she pulls, like, more bandage up. As she kind of looks at you, just kind of half done with it. More evening, Gilgamesh. How are you?
Doing fine.
Mm.
I would ask the same to you, but you don't look particularly great.
I appreciate the compliment. I'll be fine. Working my way back up. Just unfortunate that I'll be out of commission for however long. Looking down at her arm.
I may know some people who possibly could be willing to help.
Mm.
But you're already quite indebted to them.
Well, who knows? Maybe they'll have in their good graces for me. But if they're tapped out, I do understand. She pulls and finishes. You see she draws her blade and cuts it off to tie it off. And has it propped up, just pushes off of the bed, stands up straight. Well, I think I'm gonna go get something to eat. Is there anything else you need, Gilgamesh?
No. Nothing else.
Well, thank you for checking in. And she pushes past you and walks down the hallway.
I'll wait like a few seconds and then walk out, and I wanna glance in Tyron's room real quick just to see.
He's already asleep again.
Yup. Okay, then I'll
Probably wasn't completely awake when you were talking to him. Let's be frank here.
Wait, before Tara leaves.
Mm-hmm. She's
I'll
walking away
ask-
right now.
Where's what was his name? Soa?
So, yes. Where was he? Well, he probably got up. He didn't have a room, so he was just sleeping on the floor. He must have gotten up early and left. I don't know where he's went. I'll have to talk to Jaylene about getting him a room. Can't have him sleeping on the floor of someone else's room. That would be unsavory. But it worked in a pinch.
I guess so.
And she turns and keeps heading down the stairs.
I will also go downstairs to the common area, and you know, I seem to remember that I have do I have armor polish.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use it.
On.
My armor.
You have armor? Where did you pick up armor?
Is this a question? I have half plate. Can I polish that?
Right. Yeah, no, you can
Yeah.
definitely polish half plate. It's just, I'm sorry, it's so jarring to remember that you as a barbarian wear half plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
I would like to polish, please.
You can polish that half plate. As
It's
you
gonna look nice and shiny.
go back down and sit with Zex and Terra, polishing half plate.
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa,
Mm-hmm.
whoa. I'm sitting alone.
Ah. Okay. With Zex and Terra eating, you're off in the common area polishing your armor. Good to know. With that all said and done, anything else that you guys would like to do, Rem and Suna?
We have to go to the guards bunk and get a list of the missing people.
Okay. For the sake of expediency, as you kind of move through, the guards, a little bit taken aback by you asking about this, actually point you to a specific person coming through. Is this small kind of like a checkpoint that happens by the gates. And as you go up to them, they're willing to list off people that have left town, but they don't exactly keep track of people that leave and come back. Just if someone submits a general loss, please find, those are the people that have had family. But anyone, hundreds of people have left and come into Greywall, even since when you guys were gone, and so they don't keep track of that. But if a family comes and says, hey, this person's missing, then they have that.
Those are the people I'm looking for.
Okay.
Those that their families have came and reported it.
Mm-hmm. How far back do you want the records?
Roughly how long have the rumors of people disappearing in Lichten been going on in between the paths?
You're not sure of an exact, but when it came to your attention, it was people. It was when Lichten got evacuated. When Lichten had the undead problem and got evacuated, then it was a little bit more to your attention. It was oh yeah, people have been disappearing around there.
I mean, everything from the past year.
Right. And just this book containing names, and kind of pushes through it and looks. And all in all, you get honestly not that many names, probably around 34 total people.
That's not an insignificant amount of missing people in a year.
For a year?
Yeah.
It's not insignificant by any means, no.
Yeah, they're not really adventurers either, because adventurers go missing with family. They're like, oh, fucking adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
But this is unprecedented.
But you have to remember, this is not just between Lichten and Greywall. There are, as you look through, there are people that have gone south and gone north. Not that many that's gone west. It seems that actually the majority of people that have gone missing have gone north. With a total of of the 34, a dozen of them have went missing only going north. And then the rest of them are kind of divided between the rest.
I know where they went. I know where the fuck they went. And I know why they didn't come back. I'm not saying this out loud. All right. do you know where the artisans are? People that work with gold and silver? What I'm basically doing is I'm going to get the list of people. I'm going to go to the people that make jewelry. I'm going to cross-reference the name with the orders that they have on this jewelry, and we're going to return this jewelry to people and let them know that, hey, we found this, but we don't know where they are. But, like, we know that at some point they were here. That's all we got.
All right. So you're going to go through this and going through registry. For the 34 people, because this will take a long time going through it bit by bit.
Guesstimate here.
34 people going through. A little bit above half you're able to find matches for. So for the 34, 21 you're able to not like for the jewelers basically. So of the actual, not of the missing people, not of those 34 people, but of the amount of rings and jewelry and things, a solid like over 60% you're able to find matches to. The remaining amount, it's a thing of like finding like silver rings and just necklaces and bracelets and hair pieces and things like that, whether made from gold, silver, copper, a mixture, embedded with like a large emerald or not, encrusted in small like diamond specks. Through this long process that actually goes straight up until closing of this, you guys are able to find matches for a large chunk. There are still a total, because there was a lot in that bag, like a good amount. There is 8 unclaimed pieces of jewelry.
And the jeweler doesn't know where these go.
They have no records of them, and nothing is identifying about them.
I'm going to ask the jeweler if it's possible for them to return this other stuff to their families, or if they think I should just sell it here.
The jeweler, at this point, you'd probably be talking to... where are they? Not Levra, maybe. At this point, the dwarven figure that you're talking to, it's a thing of you having trust in me. I could definitely give these back to their rightful owners. I mean, I have the records. It'll just take a while, and they're probably in bed at this point, but I could definitely turn it to their families. Although the way that I'm getting, the way that you're showing me all these trinkets make me believe the original owner doesn't exist anymore.
I can't confirm or deny that, but these people deserve something.
Right. I can definitely return it to them.
That's all I ask for. And whatever's left. So there were 34 people on the list, 21 names there. That leaves 13 names unchecked.
It's a slight thing, not quite, because it's the thing of for this, there might multiple pieces like jewelry, like sometimes a bracelet and a necklace went to the same person. So things like that. So it's a dozen people that went missing in the north. About 7 have like been like legitimately like identified going back and forth, and those are the ones that have been like taken like he's been able to find records for. It's a thing of like family members, things like that, and they might have been heirlooms. You're not sure. And then it's basically like 9 people have went to the south, and then the rest of them have went to the west, kind of thing.
I mean, send off whatever records you have, and I guess whatever's unclaimed. I don't have the expertise to find anybody with it. Could leave it with you in case someone tries to drop by and claim it or anything, or sell it.
It's your choice. But I'll
I'll
definitely
hold on
take
to
these.
it for now.
Okay. So you're holding on to the 8 pieces that were not identified.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So it's 8 unclaimed pieces of jewelry
Mm-hmm.
and 12 unclaimed or 13 unclaimed names, sort of, kind of.
It's
We don't have jewelry for them.
it's not like that. It's of those missing peoples. There is it's a baker's dozen that went missing up north.
Yeah, they didn't even go towards that way, so they
No.
never ran into these people.
And so none of those people are identified. 7 people were identified in going that way, and then from the records, they went missing leaving from the eastern side of Great Wall. And then there's 9 that went missing going south, and then the other 5 in the 34 went missing going west.
All right. I'll just pass off. I'll hold on to the unclaimed jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass off what's claimed. I'll keep the list with me, and then I'll head back to the Mages Guild.
Okay. All right. With this being done, the daylight beginning to set out, and you can actually see people returning home. Decorations have all been kind of set up and kind of like in preparation for what is coming in the holiday. You and Suna return back to the Mages Guild. And as you open up the door, you can see Gil in the common area polishing half plate. As well, Tara has gotten up and is just kind of moving around. Seemingly like Gil, as you've been seeing, she's like stretching out her legs as she seems to have kind of is relishing in the thing of not being cooped up anymore. Zex has just kind of been going back and forth as Suna and Rem come back.
I'm gonna flag Zex down if I can.
I need to make a perception check to see if I see him.
No, it's easy enough.
Let's see.
Easy enough. All right. I guess I'll walk over to him now.
Mm-hmm.
The man at the stables tells me the horse you picked up is a war horse, bigger than the ones we use to pull carriages.
Cool.
It's yours to do what you like with it. I didn't tell him anything. You can hook it up to the cart or you can ride it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just thought you should know that you have something quite special on your hands.
Thank you.
And with that, I'm gonna go sit with Gil.
Okay. Z's sitting alone. You kind of pull up a chair next to him. Gil, as you hear Rem pull up next to you.
I take no like visual notice. I'm just gonna keep doing what I was doing.
All right.
So how were your companions?
Tyron is seemingly fine. Tara is a bit injured, but should recover, and I'm not exactly sure where Soa is, nor is Tara.
Sure, he probably wandered off back wherever he needed to tell the people he was okay. How's that arm of hers?
Injured, not sure how, but doesn't seem like the lightest of injuries.
Unfortunately so. Do you find yourself particularly busy?
Not at the current moment, no. Do you
Why
have a
don't you
task
take-
for me?
Why don't you take a walk with me?
If you insist. I'm gonna put the polish away and put my half plate back on.
Okay. And
I'm gonna start walking.
you and Gil both stand up, and you begin walking.
Yeah, let's go.
You want me to just ping you the direction I'm taking?
Yeah. Where are you going?
This way.
I don't see a ping actually. Oof.
It's on the. It's at the
Oh yeah, I
the
see
western
it.
the
There
western
we
gate.
go. So you guys begin like slowly moving. Suna and Zex, you can see Rem and Gil stand and walk out the Mage's Guild door.
So yeah, once
I
we
try
get
and follow
outside-
them stealthily.
Sure, make a stealth check. Let me know what it is.
21.
21, all right. As you guys kind of move the corner, you can hear the muffled talkings and crackling of fires coming from inns and taverns. As you guys keep moving, making your way.
As we like round the corner, I'm just gonna ask. So, what is this about, Rem?
Just walk with me for a moment. Do you know anything about this event that they're setting up for?
I do not.
All right, let's carry on.
Soft footfalls upon the kind of cobble road. You guys eventually step onto the harder, more dignified stone surface of the town square. The square itself empty.
How long have we been traveling together, Gil?
A long time.
How many people have you traveled with in your lifetime?
For a very brief moment, one. Not as long as this, though.
I didn't travel very far before I started adventuring. I sat in one place for a long time, but I met many people along the way. Believe it or not, I actually had a group of children around me, orphans that had nowhere to go. I trained in the ways of digging graves and tending to them. It's rather sad when you think about it, but a sad home's better than no home in some cases.
As Rem's voice kind of echoes off of the empty stone surface, you find yourselves passing by Viper's weapons store. The smoke normally coming from the chimney on his house, not going anymore. The window's quiet, still. The road turns back into cobble.
Rem, why are you so inclined on respecting those after they've been killed?
Death is a complicated thing. When we die, we usually go to our gods and we enter their pantheons and things of that nature. But as time goes on, some people find it hard to pass on, either because they died in ways that were so horrendously inappropriate, or because they find themselves lacking a strong enough faith to make their way. It is up to us who are here in the living to covet those that have died. They are the people that have come before us, and one day we shall soon follow them. It's right to pay respects to your guides. I also cherish goodbyes in this life, for only a few things in this living world are certain, and the goodbye is the only one that we have. It's the only one that we have that is 100% certain, because you will live and you will die.
I am very aware.
You make your way further, and you can see yourself passing a tavern, alight with people, the voices bubbling around inside, none of them seeming to take notice of you.
So, do I see us turn down this path, like specifically? Like, have we turned down this path?
Yeah, you've turned this corner now.
Seeing as I've traveled this path multiple times, knowing it quite well, as we round the corner, I'm just gonna stop for a second and ask once again, Rem, I know where we are and I know where we're going. What is this about?
We're simply going for a walk. Pay it no mind. Have I ever led you wrong before? Through all our trials and tribulations, and the words you've hurled towards me and our companions, have I ever led you wrong?
Silently, Gil's gonna just keep walking.
All right. Eventually now, you find yourself outside of a familiar building. A curved, arced wooden ceiling, broken, shattered in places. You can see the familiar sand pit in the middle, the sand itself thrown and caked up through rain that must have washed through. The wooden floor around it, warped, disturbed, and aged already. You're at the Fighters Guild.
I'm going to step over the debris and enter.
Okay.
Are you coming, Gil?
Rem, I'm beginning to suspect that this is more than just a walk. What do you have to show me here?
Often when people walk, they like to talk. This is just something of a advanced conversation, so to speak. You're not worried about it, are you? I am just a small little enchanter, aren't I? You have nothing to worry about, right?
Gil's gonna he's gonna keep standing hesitantly, like, without entering yet. Just to
Okay.
kind of see where Rem goes, what he does, just kind of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Something bothering you? You used to come to this place all the time. I didn't come here very often, but the few times I did, it was rather lively. Things have changed now, but this is still the place where you left us to come be. Why don't you step inside?
No, I'll take a step inside.
All right.
Do well to pay respects to your former home.
You step inside, you can see the broken, shattered wood. The sound of civilization, people even further away, kind of becoming muted within your mind. The wood itself cracks underneath both of your guys' weights.
Is there something you wish to show me? I know this place quite well.
Unfortunately, so do I. I spent time here with you, trying to save your companions from the end. I've saved lots of people from the end as time went on, you know? In my life, in the large graveyard that I took care of, for over half of my life, I've met many people, and I've met many children. And it was up to me to train these children, you know? Teach them the ways of the world because they had no one else. And believe me when I say, Gil, I've met many different types of children. I've met many that responded to positive affirmations. I have met many that have responded to threats. But Gil, occasionally you meet a child that requires a much firmer hand in the way that they are dealt with. I'm going to look past my shoulder towards him. You get what I'm saying here?
I'm not one to deal with children, but I get the idea.
How old are you, Gil?
Is this relevant information?
How old are you, Gil?
I'm 23.
How old am I, Gil?
Sounds quite seemingly quite old.
I'm
Spending half
pushing-
your life training children.
I'm pushing the middle of my 60s. For a human, that'd be near their deathbed. But for me, I have so much more to give. And I believe in even for your people, you wouldn't have much more longer than 60, right?
Not much, no.
I'm now going to turn around and look at Gil. Gil, I won't pussyfoot around the issue. And you take this however you will. But we have traveled together far and done many things together. But the things you have said to me recently and the actions you have taken have pushed me beyond reason. Within me grows a rage that rivals even your own. And I'm here to tell you now that in all my years and in your youth, I now consider you one of the children I need to have a much firmer hand with. You understand?
Rem, whatever your intentions are, they are ill-advised.
You don't get to tell me what's ill-advised. This entire building is a testament to your ill-advised choices, isn't it? The place where you lost everything because you couldn't open up to us. The place where you lost everything because of your selfish decisions. What's one more, or even two selfish decisions in this wreckage of your ill-intentioned life do you think will make a difference? My intentions are ill-placed all the time. Are you afraid?
I'm not afraid of anything, Rem. You should know this.
Then why'd you hesitate to step through the door? Why do you hesitate to open up to the people that care about you? Why do you even hesitate to remember the name of the boys that you trained in that village so long ago? Do you remember their names? Do you remember the names of the people that you trampled upon? Tell me, Gil, if it wasn't for our continued...
who fall at my hand, they're irrelevant.
We'll see if that's the case. Gil, you know why we're here. You know what this is for. And you know it's been a long time coming. Now you can take me seriously, or I can take a dishonorable way of doing it. But I'd prefer we do this the proper way.
Is this really what you want, Rem?
It's not about what I want. It's about what you need.
And what would that be?
Discipline. A showing of strength. Something to let you know that the people around you care about you. And that you have a responsibility to care about them all the same. This hard-earned, battle veteran life you've lived all this time. It will not work here. The power you have in brushing off the names of the people you kill and wiping away their blood has no power here. Lest you forget, I revel the dead. And this place is a place of the dead. You're within my domain now. Are you ready?
I am going to slowly draw my greatsword and have it kind of like not put any strength like in trying to hold it, so it just kind of like falls to the ground. And say, "You'll live to regret this decision."
Gil?
Yes.
Gil? If it wasn't for me being here, you wouldn't even be able to live to regret this decision. I'm attacking.
I think it's about time for me to say I would like both of you to roll initiative.
Oh. Ah. That's not half bad.
What do you have?
An 18.
I also have an 18.
Who has higher
What's your
dex?
modifier?
I have a +3 as my mod.
Damn it, I have a +2.
Rem, you go first.
Remember, my child, you did this to yourself. I'm casting Command in a first level slot. Wait a minute, I gotta move up a little bit. Command, first level slot, Wisdom save.
Okay. 13 is a failure.
It is a failure. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon in a 4th level slot. It's going to manifest next to him and take a swipe. I have advantage. I don't, not yet. Does a 21 break your AC?
Ooh, yeah, it does.
It is now 2d8s instead of 1. That is 18 damage. And yes, it is magical.
Gil, as you begin realizing as it goes through, before you even know what's happened, a shovel is manifested and slamming into the side of your head. All right. Is that your turn, Rem?
Yes, it is.
All right, Gil, it's your turn.
You know how my first turn goes, right?
You don't get a turn.
You don't get one.
Grovel.
You didn't specify that. Okay.
Grovel.
You need to Okay.
You need to lay on the ground and shut up.
It's a thing. As soon as the shovel knocks in your head, all inhibition, anything goes out from you, and you just collapse to the ground before you even know what's happening. And then, as you shake your head, you realize what has happened, but it's too late. It's now Rem's turn again.
Fighting back tears, Rem is gonna say, I want you to know this hurts me a lot more than it hurts you. Even though it doesn't feel that way. It didn't need to be like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We are going to... cast... What do I want to cast? Let's go all out. And here are. The angel is here.
Oh shit.
What are you casting?
Summon Celestial. Right here.
Which mode is it in?
Defender.
All right.
It's with my bonus action, I'm gonna swing with my shovel again.
All right.
Since he's on the ground. I don't believe a 16 breaks your AC, does it?
No.
That's fine. Now that my turn is resolved, the angel goes immediately after me. They're going to take 2 swipes at you. A 13 doesn't break your AC,
Nope.
but a 28 does.
Yeah, it does.
They're going to hit you for 10 radiant damage and give themselves 6 temp HP. It's your turn.
While on the ground, I would like to click my heels together.
All right.
Right, because then we go... Yeah, action, bonus action, rage.
Hmm. So, you're using your action to click your boots of haste?
It's however it works where I can still take a swing.
So, you're clicking your boots of haste.
Mm-hmm.
With a bonus action, you're using your action to rage. And then you're going to use your hasted action that you just got to swing.
It's action to swing.
As you stand up using half your movement.
Well,
Now you just have your normal movement because you have your movement doubled through haste.
which is fine.
The angel's taking an opportunity attack.
Alright, I'm fine with it.
A 13 doesn't hit?
No.
Okay. Hit me.
Yeah, we're gonna take a big old crack at Rem.
All right.
Oop, oop, dice. Oh, that's gone. Okay. Does a 18?
No.
Okay, well, that's all I can do.
All right. As you push yourself off, you manage to skirt by the angel, clicking your boots, and immediately speeding up to Rem. As you swipe, they put up their shield and it glances off. Rem, it is now your turn.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
You know I'm not wise.
If you were wise, you wouldn't have gotten into this encounter.
That's a 17.
That passes.
Nice.
Maybe I am wise.
The shovel is going to move its 20 feet, so you can only get to here. But the angel can come behind you, and they're going to take 2 hits because my turn is over. I can't use my bonus action to do anything. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
They're hitting you for 16 radiant damage. They're gonna give me some temp HP. They're gonna give me 8 temp HP. They're gonna take another hit at you. Does a 24 hit?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna hit you for 9 radiant. Or no, that's not 9. That's 15. They're gonna give themselves temp HP equaling 7. It's gonna overlap what they have now because it doesn't stack. There we go. That's all. Are you going to recklessly attack me? Are you going to jump head first into this conflict? You really are nothing better than a beast, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna reckless.
All right.
Surely a natural 20 hits.
But what if it wasn't?
I'd expect nothing less.
Okay.
12. That is 12 damage.
Okay.
Then we have a second attack. That's a... what is that? That's a 22 to hit?
That'll hit. I have to make my con save on the first one. That's a success. On the second one, go ahead and roll your damage.
Let me know what the con save numbers are, too.
It was 18 on the first one.
Thank you.
It's 15 more damage.
My con save is a 14 on that one.
You're good.
And then we have one more attack that I will be taking. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Okay, this is where this is the big bucks. Brutal. 22.
All right.
That's a failure on my save. The angel disappears.
Gil, as you take the hits behind you, you slam your axe in once, twice. The third time it rings in, you see them grit their teeth. As Rem blinks, you see their red eyes disappear for a second and then reappear. As you feel the angel whose weapon rests along your shoulder disappears.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, no, that's my turn.
Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I'd love nothing more. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, this surely fails. That's just a 5 on the die. No, there's no way.
I'm casting hold person. You are now paralyzed. Does it start immediately?
It starts immediately.
You're now paralyzed.
As you see Rem grit their teeth and utter another word, as you even pull back the axe again to swing, your muscles seize up in that familiar, terrifying way.
The shovel's going to move in. Because you reckless, I have advantage.
Correct.
Surely a 24 hits.
It does.
And since you're on the ground, this is a crit, isn't it?
Hold
You're
person put me on the ground?
paralyzed. Right?
Paralyzed. Automatically fails strength. Where's that? Just disappeared again. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits is a critical hit if it is a melee attack.
This is a melee attack. Wait a minute, this is the wrong.
Does it really classify as a melee attack?
Yes, it does.
Huh.
It's the shovel. You are taking 14, 18, 22, 27 damage. That's my turn.
All right. Gilgamesh, as you take this slam of the shovel directly in your gut, you feel the pain when sound, and you feel the paralysis that is coursing through, tightening your muscles, allowing you to not even move. I need you to make a wisdom save to try and break out.
I fail. You don't even need to know the number. I failed.
I want to anyway.
No.
Tell me.
I rolled a 2.
All right. It's not enough to move your muscles. The adrenaline pumping through can't wrench itself from this spell. Rem, it is now your turn.
I'm going to lean down and whisper in Gil's ear. Imagine if you died here, how disappointed those 2 boys would be. Don't worry about it, though. I'm casting Inflict Wounds in a 5th level slot. It has advantage because you are paralyzed.
God, if you miss this...
Unfortunately, a 21 does hit.
Damn, yeah, it does.
Now remember, since you are paralyzed, this is a critical.
How many dice is it?
7?
Okay, I'm dead.
I want to roll just to see.
I want to roll to
so-
see if he kills you.
Just
Actually,
to remember.
It depends, because if you... What kind of dice is it? It's 7 what?
D10s.
That's-
In theory, you could
I want to.
completely kill me.
I want to see if he kills you. So
Like,
I am taking the
go
damage.
over...
2, 3.
Like, go... You
Second,
could just
third,
completely negate all death saving throws, everything, and just just done.
This damage is doubled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, poor Gil. Poor Gil. Poor Gil. Double everything, right?
Yep. All dice.
20?
All dice.
All dice. 20, 40. I need a calculator. So it's
Gotcha.
10 on the dice, plus 10 on the dice, plus 9 on the dice, plus 1 on the dice, plus 3 on the dice, plus 2, plus 4, equals 39. Doubled takes you up to 78 damage.
Oh, that's not enough to completely kill me.
But you're out, aren't you?
Yes, very.
All right. Gil, as you feel the cold hand of Rem press against you, it suddenly becomes desperately, terrifyingly cold as it begins to enrapture your entire body. It becomes so cold it's hot. It feels like dry ice is being pressed against every pore of your body. As it leaks in, you feel it grasping onto your heart, grasping onto your head. Your head begins pounding, and then the last thing you see is looking at Rem's feet
I'm crying.
as it goes black.
Rem is crying. Can he hear
Like-
me in his subconscious?
Maybe.
I'm gonna lean down as he's bleeding out.
Oh my God.
Isn't death terrifying? This is what it's like, and this is why I have to look after them. Because in these moments, no one but hold your hand. I'm gonna give him time to make one death saving throw.
Gil,
Would you like me to make a death saving
make a
throw,
death
Jason?
saving throw.
Whoa, yeah.
And you can announce what it is.
No. I'm gonna message you what it is.
I want to hear what it is. I'm entitled to this.
You are entitled to nothing.
JC, tell me what it is. It's gonna help with the
I'll
cinematics.
It's
I'll
so
tell
much
you
easier for me to
after.
describe how it goes.
All right.
Rem, as you watch over Gil's body, you see the white scaled skin begin to pale rapidly. You see blood trickling out of the ears, then the mouth, staining the sand underneath. It's easy for you to tell. He is opening the door.
Still leaning down, tears in my eyes. I'm gonna say, is this what you really wanted? Is this how you wanted things to end? Because it didn't have to be this way if you just cared about those around you. Because at the end of the day, we're all you have when the gate opens. Make another death saving throw. Because I'm not helping.
Gilgamesh,
Mm-hmm.
make another death saving throw.
Okay.
Rem, you see Gil fall still.
He's still alive, right? I know he is. I know what a dead man looks like.
Oh, you know what a dead man looks like.
He's getting close.
He's dead.
He's dead?
He has stopped breathing.
I'm going to lean down again and whisper to his lifeless corpse. I hope it was worth it, Gil. I hope it was all worth it. Make your last death saving throw if you can.
Gilgamesh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drag everyone else into another chat.
No.
Oh yeah, baby.
Please excuse us. Gilgamesh,
Mm-hmm.
everything is black.
Oh yeah, you're super muffled right now.
That sucks for you. Is it better now?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you now.
Everything is black. With the last words coming out in Vrem's voice resounding in your ears. And then it becomes more and more steadily muffled. Farther away. And then nothing. As you drift, you hear and see absolute darkness. Nothing happened. Nothing is happening. It is all nothing. You try to look down and see your hands. You see nothing. You don't see your body. You don't feel anything. Cold, warmth, nothing. You feel like you're drifting. And then you hear slight rumbling. Storm off in the distance. Lightning cracks down from the edge. As you look down, as it lights you up, you see your body translucent, barely visible. You curl your fists. They seem to be responsive but slow. You've got nothing. You hear it again as the light washes across your pale body, briefly lighting you up again. You hear nothing else but the sound of lightning and thunder.
Can I try to move?
As you reach out with your arms and legs, you can move slowly, as in slow motion, almost like you're underwater. You can't tell if you're moving anywhere, though, as the light is only enough to light you up. You have no sense of direction, up, down, left, right, there's nothing. You are nothing.
Do I... Did I ever have, like, knowledge, like, prior knowledge of if you didn't make it to Yiscard? If something would happen, if this is the outcome? Like, do I have any idea of what this is?
It's not what you know of Yiscard. What you know of Yiscard is a sprawling battlefield where you participate in conquest and glory, never fearing of death, as you will just reawaken the next day. This is nothing. Terrifying abyss. A black hole which has swallowed you. The thing that comes to your mind. You might be stuck between worlds now. As a lost soul, destined for nothing, doomed to be on the edge of conscious.
It's just an endless black nothingness, really?
Yes.
Can I, like, is there a way that I could, like, get on my knees that don't exist to say a prayer?
Sure. As you slowly move, you can feel yourself rotating, and then there's another crash of thunder and lightning make their way out. You can see your head move, and you can see it light up your knees.
I think, why is Cruel in here? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say, I need to get, mm, 'cause, 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 ' I'm gonna say, Cord, I've done what is required of me to enter Yisgard as a warrior. Why have you forsaken me to this sort of treachery of this nothing?
And you wait, thinking, praying, wondering. The thunder grows louder. As your eyes, you feel them open. And for a second, instead of enveloping you in light, you see the silhouette of a large man crossing his arms in the thunder.
Is it who I think it is?
You don't know.
I think I'm just gonna kind of stay on my knees, just waiting for something to happen.
And you wait. You find your head kind of without your free will moving upwards to look at the figure. The silhouette periodically flashes. The thunder gets louder, piercing within your mind. You have forsaken me. As you feel this rushing sensation, the black turns painfully white. Painfully, so you have to shut your eyes. Shut your eyes so you're trying to blot out all of it, but the white keeps, forcing its way in, opening your eyes back up. As you can feel it, it's no longer lightning. It's a hand that has covered your face. And the white skin piercing is not actually skin, but literal electricity that is surging in throughout your body. You feel like you are inside of a storm cloud itself, and it is enveloping you. And it's painful. And it's painful. So painful, you can feel your body smoking, cooking from the inside out. And then it leaves you. Gil, the breath fills you again. As Rem, his hands against your chest, you see the energy pulse back into the Gil, the breath being forced back into his lungs. As Gil, you sputter spitting sand out of your mouth. You can taste the blood. And Rem, as you watch as he wakes back up, his face has, as he rises out of it, the blood with sand encrusted on it, there's a mark on the side of his jaw.
Do I recognize the mark?
No.
Can we bring the music bot back, please? I'm gonna look at him, still crying, tears, sputtering. I hope you took something from this. Let the death you faced here, along with all the death in this building, be the end of the way that you lived before. As much as it pains me to say this, I won't be so merciful next time. And I'm gonna get up and walk away, and I'm gonna have my spiritual shovel slam into the ground, an inch away from his face, is my final warning. Before it disappears as I strut away.
It's in the ground next to you. Gil, your mouth tastes of static. and blood. Your body slowly, painfully responds to you as you get feeling back and everything. The shovel embedded into the ground next to you disappears. As Rem walks away, you are left there, lying on the ground, blood slowly trickling from your mouth still. A slight burnt smell filling your nostrils, and a tingling sensation on your face. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight. Hey guys, do you love D&D?
JK, you thought I was gonna kill Gilliam? I thought about it.
Well, congratulations, you guys. You guys are out of the woods. Although I feel like that's a minor footnote.
A little bit.
A little bit. You guys are getting the let's see what you guys did. You guys returning jewelry, getting the carriage repaired, checking in on Tara, making sure Tyron's getting a good night's sleep. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know though.
It can't be that important. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Remember to post on Twitter, #Rem did nothing wrong.
Hey Alpha, how you doing? You've been reels.
Don't even talk to me right now.
So I don't know what happened, but for the people at home, tell them. Better or worse than the cave? Old cavern.
Honestly, probably worse. Probably worse. Because there are reasons, and I think JC very well knows those reasons, and
You haven't a good thing. It's kind of obvious. Is Gil has not only pissed off his party, and Gil just might have realized that. Oh. Man, that was a good session. Congratulations to you guys. We knew that the Gil and Rem fiasco was going to happen sooner or later.
I knew that it was going to happen. I did not know I was going to let him do all 3 death saving throws and let him die.
He immediately failed too.
That was unplanned.
it was 2 failures.
You get 3 of them. Did you fail the 3rd one too?
No, there was no third
There was
one.
no third one.
It was a nat 1.
I knew it. I knew it was a nat 1.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
thought you didn't count nat ones as double failures.
The
Times are changing.
it felt right, and Alpha didn't say anything.
Because I've always been told that a nat 1 is 2 failures and a nat 20 is 2 successes. So
How
As
mad would you
soon
have been if I said no, I'm not reviving him?
As soon as Alpha was like, hey, I'm gonna text this to JC, I knew it was a nat 1. I knew it.
I just didn't want y'all to have information.
I don't know. Is a thing of we've now had the second official character death. Like second all the way. Gil was dead and gone.
The second Rem beating.
Yeah.
Soon as next.
That was intense enough
No.
that people from the server came into the stream to see what was going on.
I was watching the stream like muted,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching your like hand movement, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is whatever's going on over there is intense."
We got wild, man.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing because what I like to say is back when you were April went looking for her backstory. Gil had it shoved in his face. Uh, and that is what's happened.
Stop.
Wow.
Remember, hashtag Rem did nothing wrong.
I want to see. God, that's the best ever just image of the shovel just thunk right next to Gil's face.
His Rem is just walking away, sobbing.
I hope you know that Gil just lied there emotionless. Like there was not like he very well looked like he was still dead.
Mm-hmm.
I have to mark down the fucking money I spent to bring your bitch ass back.
You could have healed me before the death saving throws. And
No! No, it was better this way. It was better this way. And I don't know what happened, because whatever the fuck happened over there in that separate VC, I wasn't made aware of that. I have no fucking clue what that was.
You
That
never,
was all JC.
you never get
It
aware.
was-
You never get to be aware of anything. It's the wonderful
it was,
part.
It was horrendous.
Was it better or worse than getting murdered in cold blood by Rem in the remnants of your dead friend house?
They are pretty close, man.
Now you got a tattoo on your face.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cute.
You want to write up? Can we see the mark? Can the stream see the mark before we go?
I don't have anything drawn out specifically, but if you want to, I'll show it a little bit of just like a legitimate example of it is 3 hands up the side of his, like 3 fingers up the side of his jaw.
Like a talon?
No, it looks like fingers. It does not look like talons. It looks like someone grabbed him like this, and that these 3 fingers got burned into the side of his face.
Well, let's see
Interesting.
if I can find what I think is on his face.
It's a disease. What's the thing that the Pirates of the Caribbean Jack Sparrow joke? He just has a disease that's getting worse and worse over time. I got a little bit scared of you guys getting out of the forest because of the trees that don't like to let people leave, but you guys handled it very well. I was actually kind of on the fence about whether you guys would get back to Greywall this session. But you guys picked up the pace surprisingly quick. I'm very happy with it. You guys did amazing. Rem, congratulations on the victory. Gil, congratulations on your self-reflection. Suna, congratulations on living and
Thank you.
having a good conversation with Rem. And Zex, congratulations on your horse.
Yes, I got a horse.
You have a war horse. Those things are so good.
I was at 5 HP when we left the forest.
It could have gone real bad.
Oh yeah.
The percentile dice went for the NPCs first. Like Soa got a really bad deal. And then went for the paladin's body. They don't care who they kill, they're just going. Reckless abandon.
Guess how much HP I had left when we left the forest?
I have no-
More than me.
more
Yeah.
than me.
Yes.
100% more than me.
I had 27 left.
I
when
think
we
you had
left the forest.
63.
Yeah.
63. I wasn't even below half because I pussied out on the roof. But
Jacob, I need to know how much is left in this Stibben ale that I have. You said 7, but 7 what?
The 7 wasn't for you. Was the even funnier part.
The 740.
What do you mean?
7 was he was writing down.
That was Rem's
how
initiative.
many is initiative.
Yeah.
The 7 wasn't for you.
No.
Alpha, you're not mad at me, are you?
if you know, if I'm mad at anyone here, I'm mad at JC.
Oh my god, why is it always me?
I'm kidding. No, I have no grudges against anyone right now.
I think
Oh,
it's
I'm sure
gonna
Gil
lead.
does, though.
I think
All
it's
actions taken were justifiable.
I think it's gonna lead to something interesting.
It's true, because I need to figure out what I'm gonna do when essentially the first thing I do when I get up, because there's a lot of emotions that I'm feeling right now, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Think you're gonna tell the party about these emotions now?
No.
Maybe.
Look,
I think it's more
Sad.
likely that Gil just flat out leaves and he tells us his emotions.
He's
look.
just
If Gil
not-
flat out leaves, I should have just killed him.
I mean, it's basically the same, right?
My God, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been mad.
I don't know. All that
If you leave, maybe we'll be mad at somebody else.
all that's happened
Yeah.
is Gil's, whether he's regretted it or not, he's grabbed something's attention. So
God, stop it right now. Stop it right now.
Me, because it was a melee hand spell that I murdered you with in cold blood. What if it's my hand on him? What if they branded my tiny fingers on his face as like the living testament to my inflict wounds spell that killed him?
I'm fairly sure that the mark is quite large, especially for my big head. It's quite large.
The 3 fingers cover his jaw.
Yeah.
Like
the
cover the
whole
left side
thing.
of his jaw.
You know what they say about big hands?
Small penis.
It's
wait.
just size.
Big gloves. That's what they say. Big gloves. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching the stream. I'm gonna wind it down a little bit. Thank you first and foremost, Jack O'Lantern 900 for the follow. Thank you. You're the man. I think that gets me to 150. So thank you for 150 followers. You guys are amazing. Thank you, of course, to Helminia, James, Suzanne, and Alpha for playing with me. We put on such a good game tonight that Jazz came into the stream because she was suffering from FOMO. But besides that, this was an amazing game. These guys are amazing players. I'm so excited that they're willing to deal with the amount of stuff that I put them through. It seems like Alpha's getting the majority of it right now, but before that, it seemed like April was getting all of it. So I promise Alpha's just in the correct position. Gilgamesh is in. He's in the lane right now. Everyone will have their time, and everyone will be scared eventually. But
I've been scared before. I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
Next one is Suna. Remember, #Rem did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but it's a
Suna
thing.
did nothing. Suna has done nothing to you.
Suna's been the first one that's like legitimately like willingly talked about their backstory. Like Rem, you've had legitimate problems with everyone else in the group. Suna's just like, yeah, I'm from here.
Yeah, I'm from the Temple of the Brine, and I'm like, from a fucking fish restaurant?
Suna's a very different character compared to April or the rest of the party.
Mhm.
I want to see how well she fares with these issues then, because now we've got a changing Gil, I hope. And if not,
No,
I know what I have to do.
I really want Suna to have a conversation with Gil because there's something I want to do.
That'll be really interesting.
I wanna know how
especially
this
in-
changes how-
especially right now.
How
Oh, for
Gil
sure.
feels about Rem.
Mm.
I want to know how this changes things.
In-
Like, it's,
In all honesty, Rem is kind of not really an afterthought, but like priority 2 right now.
Priority 2.
look, I don't know what
You
happened.
you don't want to know.
I'm gonna know in a little bit. That's gonna be so fucking funny because at the end of the day, I know I had a hand in it.
A hand.
Yeah.
There's.
Think about it like this: had I not let you sit there and die, and I brought you back immediately, this never would have happened.
It's true.
Yeah.
which I mean, no, but I think I would have learned what I learned at some point. It's just whether it happened now or it happened later.
We learned it now. It's because me and JC are on the same wavelength as far as it comes to being creatives.
I see.
We've been planning the Rem beats Gil's ass for a little while now.
Well,
And
it's
I
a
kept
thing
asking
of I don't offer much help. I'm just like, you guys are allowed to do what you want to do, and behind the scenes, I'm always doing something too.
I'm talking about the
Oh, I
question.
know you're doing something.
You allow us to do kind of just whatever we want, and I appreciate it.
Hashtag Rem did nothing wrong. Don't let them kick me out of the group, please.
Alpha, did you just get banned from the chat again?
Nightball, man. Hates me. I just wanted to put some Parnap Pogs in the chat, but no.
You can't do like that.
Well, I did like 20 of them.
Oh.
I did a lot. Yeah, it's
Didn't
like
ban
that.
me.
God damn it.
Gil just can't catch a break.
No.
I'm pretty sure I did more than you.
You probably did. God.
I Rem did nothing wrong. Yeah. Well, if there's any other side notes that you guys want to talk about before the stream ends.
The only thing that Rem has done wrong is to bring this hashtag up like 20 fucking times in the last 2 minutes.
I have to do it so I don't get kicked out of the party. Who got the most XP this session?
Not
Well,
me.
this session.
Oh yeah, I legitimately have to see if Suna levels up. I will do that as soon as I finish because the people don't want to see me look at paper for like 5 minutes.
Are you sure? Maybe they do.
Are you sure? I don't know. Maybe they do want me to do
You
calculations.
should do that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, I told you they were gonna kick me out of the party. Look at this Rem kill Gil, save Gil. They're turning their backs on me.
All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is JC. I am the dungeon master for this group with 4 lovely people, Alpha, Suzanne, James, and Helminia. These guys take my stuff and just run with it, and it's wonderful to see. Ideas can only come to life in D&D if you have a party that's willing to mess with them. And thankfully, in most of these occasions, these guys are more than willing to mess with it. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Remember to follow if you're not followed, and subscribe to the YouTube if you're not subscribed so you can see the VODs. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll be live next Thursday with episode 33. We finished 32 sessions of this game. It's insane. But I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you all in the next video or live stream. Take care, guys. And you guys are ridiculous.